But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
We just did this.
Didn't we just do this?
We just did this, Sam. We just did this.
I have a very vivid recollection of just doing this. It's in my head like I had just done it.
I don't want to confuse our fine, faithful audience.
Oh.
Me and you have been doing this 17 years, right? And I still enjoy it. Sometimes you might wonder if I do. No, I really enjoy doing radio. But I've never felt like we just did this as much as I do lately.
I know.
And I explained it to Anthony. It's because we don't have, girls sticking things in their vagina day anymore.
That really kind of broke things up, doesn't it?
Like, everyone has their job, right? And within your job, there are days where you break shit up, so it doesn't feel like you're doing the same thing
Something
every
a little
day.
different.
And ours was, every once in a while, we had girls come in here, and they would just stick things in their vaginas.
Remember the girl that smoked out of her vagina?
How could you forget?
Girl that threw eggs out of her vagina
How
into
could
a
you
blind
forget?
guy's basket.
Remember the girl that just licked other girls' vaginas?
Girls' vaginas. Girl that stuck a cell phone up her vagina.
Remember that girl?
Bottle rocket out of her vagina.
Remember that one?
A vagina was like third mic on our show back then. We had vaginas as third mic.
It broke things up, though.
Yes.
Instead, now we gotta goof on society again.
Society.
We gotta goof on the news. We gotta goof on pop culture. We gotta goof on politics. We gotta goof on each other.
On ourselves, yeah.
But there used to be a time where we broke it up with some shit.
Yeah, we don't have much vagina in here anymore.
No, we don't.
We used to have a lot of vagina.
No, we don't. But Sam, we just did this. I want to go on record and say we just did this.
You did, but it's your job.
Wasn't I just saying good morning?
That was yesterday.
I think I was just saying it.
That's funny when I walk by the guy. That's what I think of this morning. Is you going good morning?
Good
Right.
morning.
I didn't think of him saying it. I have my headphones on. I can just hear your
Oh,
voice
really?
going good morning.
Good
while he sits
morning.
there.
When you have
Thursday morning.
when you have your headphones on, he's still doing it to you.
Oh, yeah,
Mine,
yeah.
I saw his
Because
lips.
there's no connection. Like, he did it to me today, and I'm like, I'm not even looking at you.
I got good morning, and then I got a two welcome aboards.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
No,
I never heard welcome aboard.
You're
One
making
more-
it up.
I was one welcome aboard short of a full house.
You're making it up, I think.
Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard.
He says
that's-
it?
Oh, yeah, yeah. I'm starting to do the impression of him to him now.
Yeah.
Because I get off the elevator, I
morning.
see him, and I go, good morning. And he goes, good morning.
He gave me two
Right.
good mornings, and I looked down like, do you know we're talking about you yet?
You got a pair of good mornings.
But he has no idea we're talking about him.
No, he doesn't listen to us.
Why would he?
There's we would be the last person on this entire platform if he had to listen to satellite radio that he would tune into.
Why? Because he's black?
Well, that's part of the reason.
Is this
we
a black
probably
thing?
We probably don't have a very large crossover audience as far as
We got some blacks.
Oh, we have some.
We got some blacks.
Sure, we have some. I think it's below the population level, though.
And unfortunately, after the death of Patrice O'Neill, that number drastically dropped.
Yes, by 100%.
He was really helping us in that
He
area.
really was helping the demo.
He was bringing the blacks.
Yeah.
So, just because the whole world is talking about him, Jeremy Lin, the Knicks won again
Who's
last
he?
night. I'm going to talk about the Knicks until they lose, okay? Is that all right?
Wow.
And then we could go back to just not talking about basketball as much.
Linsanity.
Linsanity continues.
Incredible.
He,
It's a Lin situation.
the Knicks won their seventh game in a row. They're now 500. They were a shitty team this year.
Yeah.
Even though they had Carmelo Anthony and Stoudemire, they were a shitty team.
Adeline Troll.
They were 7 games under 500. Then they
Yep.
put Jeremy Lin as the starting point guard. They have now won 7 in a row.
Yeah.
And Jeremy Lin had another really good game. This time, a lot of assists.
Yeah.
I think it was 13 assists, which is his career high.
Ooh.
And the Knicks won again, and he got to sit and hang out on the bench for most of the fourth quarter, if not all of the fourth quarter. I gave up on the game, and I want to thank Kevin from Connecticut for giving me an illegal feed, and I have no problem saying it.
Whoa.
I am now watching Knicks basketball online, and I don't give a
Damn.
fuck if they come after me. Fuck these people.
Yeah?
Fuck Time Warner, and fuck MSG, these greedy motherfuckers.
Well, I think actually it's probably the NBA that would have a problem with it.
And fuck the NBA then.
Whoa!
Whoa! I just hope he didn't give me a link where my computer now has some fucking fatal disease.
Uh-oh.
There were pop-ups all over the place while I was watching this game, but it was worth it.
How was the quality? Was it high HD?
The quality, It was like old school TV.
Would it have static?
Almost.
Horizontal hold would go every so often?
Almost.
That old school?
It was good enough to watch.
Yeah?
Yes, absolutely. But
There
now,
should be a horizontal hold fuck up app.
Yeah.
Where you just hit it and everything you're looking at gets horizontal lines
Yeah.
that go up just to, a little nostalgia.
kind of like Instagram.
Work on that. I'm a genius.
Well, Instagram.
Yeah. It's like Instagram for your whole...
All of a sudden, people like taking photographs that look like they came from the 60s.
That look old.
So why don't we watch our TV like it came
So-
from the early 70s?
Yeah, so when you put something on your TV, you could have static, you
Yeah.
could have ghosting,
Yeah.
where you get that thing like all of a sudden Channel 8 would show up
I forgot ghosting.
on it. Remember, ghosting could be like, "What is that? Gilligan's Island? I'm watching 60 Minutes."
What the fuck caused that?
It was like a intrusion of the channel that was next to the channel you were watching.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it would kind of ooze in.
Did you watch Linsanity or not?
No, I just watched the highlights. It's easier that way. But I did see the ovation when they brought him out,
It's
and the crowd went utter bullshit for him.
Do you realize this guy went from a nobody to on the cover of Sports Illustrated in 1 fucking week?
One week.
And we're still trying to make it.
What?
17 years later, we're still trying to make it. This guy did it in 1 week.
Jesus.
In 1 week, he did it.
Did you read the headline that it may spur MSG and Time Warner to talk now?
Of course, because people are losing their minds. Like, look, we finally want to watch the Knicks. You guys got to figure this shit out.
Yeah.
But of course that'll mean more, our cable bills will go up. Of course.
Yeah.
They'll figure it out that way.
Yeah.
And Travis was telling me, I didn't know this, that the NBA is scrambling. They want him part of the All-Star game festivities.
Just some type of
He's not
addition
famous
to the
now.
All-Star game. He can't play in
He's
it.
not
but
popular.
They want to get him involved in the festivities.
Right.
Think they'll have him interviewing people or something? Do something on the mic, maybe.
I don't know what they're going to do, but, and people are going, Travis was asking, he's like, is this guy the real deal? Yeah, he is. He's got the skills. I don't understand why he came out of nowhere. I don't understand that.
But this is 6 games, right?
7 in a row.
No, I mean, he's played in all 7 of those victories.
Yeah.
So he's played 7 games.
As a starter.
And
I think he's
the shit after 7 games.
I think he's played a little bit before this. I don't even know. I think he played for, was it Golden State, I think, or somebody?
Yeah.
A little bit.
Warriors.
Yeah.
Warrior.
But this kid is absolutely the real deal. You could tell by his basketball skills. Yes, but
what if he just completely loses it like the next 7 games?
I would be really surprised. He's
Yeah.
going to have a dud, obviously, but I'd be very surprised if this is one of those weird flash in the pan things.
Yeah.
Yeah, just how he drives toward the hoop and knows how to dish off to open man. And
Lynn's appointment. Now, what'll the headline be? Lynn Trouble.
you see all the Asians in the stands.
Asians are now like loving basketball.
All of a sudden, Asians love basketball.
Yeah.
And now they're going to yell and scream. But in general, they don't love basketball. When like a Mao.
Mao.
What was his name? Ming.
Ming.
Yeah, Ming came
Yeah.
around. Then a lot more Asians started watching. But last night, I think it was I think it was the Knicks or MSG, or it couldn't have been MSG, right? They put a little viewing party together in Chinatown,
Really?
and they were showing this bar.
If you have a team, you want an Asian star on your team.
Yeah, because
They
man.
fucking come out and there's a whole market there.
you
You know
bring a
what?
whole country
A
in.
whole country.
Because the poor Asians really don't have that many sports stars they can latch
No.
on to and relate to.
But a lot of sports teams will get one international player because they understand how much money that brings into the
jerseys.
organization.
Right.
I forgot when we were in Boston. Who was it? There was a guy up in Boston, and I need some help.
Asian guy.
I don't know. Was it? Fuck! Someone's got to help me out. But it brought in like a whole ethnic group,
Oh.
and
Yeah.
and that brings in the quiche.
I think they realize that. And they it's probably got to be a bitch though to find.
The best is last night they're just showing the crowd because the game was a blowout, so they had to kind of make it interesting.
Yeah.
And there was an Asian woman with a cutout of Cinderella, so she could put her head in it,
What?
and her sign said Linderella.
Oh, the Lynn thing is really getting old.
Yeah.
It's
Linderella.
Linderella, and they
here?
kept showing her, and she was watching the game with her face through this cutout.
Daily News on the front has Lynn wins situation.
Lynn wins situation.
And on the back, it's roll Lynn along.
Oh, can they? His name is Lynn. We get it.
I know. They just gotta love it. And what does the Post? Did the Post do anything? Press happy Lynn. No, they have dish upon a star.
Dish upon a star.
When you dish up, I don't get it.
I have a feeling we have a Mark Fidrich situation.
Yeah.
Remember Mark Fidrich came out of nowhere and all of a sudden just took
Went
baseball
back
by
to
storm?
nowhere?
Well, because then I think he had a...
Feel in love.
Oh, Feel in Love.
Feel in love.
Feel in Love.
That's in.
And then Fidrich had that horrible injury, and he was done. He had like a... How great was Fidrich? For one season or 2 seasons?
He would yell at the fucking ball and the rosin.
He would pat the mound.
Yeah, he was an OCD idiot.
Yeah.
And then he fucking dies under his tractor. What the hell?
Under his garbage truck.
Oh, garbage
Jesus.
truck. Garbage truck. Yeah.
Wow.
In the middle of Massachusetts somewhere.
Mark the Bird.
Mark the Bird Fidrich. That's what I'm worried about, because I don't have to say I think. The kid absolutely has skills. This isn't a fluke.
Yeah.
Now I'm more worried about some ridiculous knee injury that just fucks everything up. Why can't we go with ancient Chinese secret? Why are people too scared to go there? It used to be a commercial.
Racist.
Why is it racist?
My husband, some hotshot. Remember that? That's what she said after.
Can we find that, Sam?
See, what happened was somebody came in and was like, how do you get the shirt so clean? And the Asian guy behind the counter would go like, ancient Chinese secret. And then the person would be like, oh. And then the wife looks from behind the cleaner counter.
Right.
And she goes, in total, like, not Asian voice, my husband, some hotshot. Because he didn't have the accent.
Right.
He put it on because he knew people wanted to see that.
Right. And also, she went with some ancient Chinese secret, huh?
Yeah. Then
So women have been beating up guys in commercials for a long time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because you're selling it to a woman.
But
Is
we
that
always,
it?
We
Yes.
always thought it was a new phenomenon, but I guess this has always been a thing. Calgon, right.
Yeah.
So why can't we use ancient Chinese secret for Jeremy Lin? Because it kind of is a thing that came out of nowhere.
This is
that no
old.
one knew about.
This is old school commercials
And
where they could do things like that.
And he gets rid of lint around the collar.
Let's hear the commercial.
Sam, this is a commercial from the 80s when me and Aunt were growing up
80s?
as child of the 80s.
I was a child of the 80s.
Children of the 80s, because it's both of us.
Yeah. All right, let's
Do the math.
How do you get shirts so clean, Mr. Lee?
Ancient Chinese secret.
My husband, some hotshot. Here's his ancient Chinese secret. Calgon.
Cartwright.
Calgon's 2 water softeners.
Can you pause
soften
this?
wash water so detergents
Cartwright.
clean better.
I gotta pause this whole thing. How the fuck do you know this shit? We weren't.
Oh, my God, I
We
haven't
didn't
seen that.
discuss that we were going here.
No, I haven't seen the commercial in so many
But you
years.
know the exact line from a commercial from fucking. It could be 40 years ago.
I watched so much fucking television growing up. I've seen this commercial 8,000 times when it was aired, and I just remember everything from television. I don't know why.
I remember Ancient Chinese Secret. I didn't remember it was for Calgon until I saw it on YouTube here, and then I went, oh yeah, Calgon. But I certainly wouldn't have remembered her part in this.
Yeah,
That's fucked up.
I don't know either. It's beyond me. But that's the thing I retained. That's what I can retain. I can't fucking remember people's names, fucking where I left my keys, shit like that. But boy, commercials and TV shows, I am all in.
You know what?
All in.
If your brain was wired differently, you could have been working for NASA or something. With
I
that
know,
fucking-
right? With my high school dropout.
But instead, you
That's-
just know dumb commercials from 40 years ago.
So
I know.
let me correct what you said. If you weren't an asshole, you could work for NASA.
Exactly. You know what? You make more money doing this. That's the sad part.
Yeah, see, it kind of worked out because
That's the sad part.
This kind of pop culture, commercials, TV show thing is, a big part of what we do on this radio show. So I guess it worked out.
You wouldn't have a hot chick if you worked for NASA.
No.
Oh, he knows so much math.
Oh, what happened? Yeah, who cares?
All right, hit it.
Wash water so detergents clean better. In hardest water,
Now you
Calgon
got the
helps
boring
detergents
stuff.
get
But
lighter.
it'll go back to the other
30%
thing in a
cleaner.
second here.
We need more Calgon. Ancient Chinese secret, huh?
See, I knew that part.
Yeah.
Get laundry up to 30% cleaner.
But I forgot about the wife.
Yeah, the wife is like completely westernized.
So why is that racist?
It's not.
Because he put on this stereotypical Asian
But
thing.
he's doing it. So if he does it, we should be able to do it.
But he's completely
my logic.
American. He didn't have that accent.
So who
He's
cares?
just goofing.
Why? What's the goof?
Mr. Cohen, you're a very nice man. He live on Park Avenue.
Wouldn't it be great when she came in with the Calgon? We need more Calgon if you went, you fucking cunt. The customer's still here.
Yeah, belts her in the face.
Stop cutting my balls off during my impression.
Calgon sells.
Why do you think they come here?
would fucking drop?
Yeah, you like driving the Mercedes, do you? Well, keep the Calgon box in the back. Fucking blabbermouth California whore.
I don't get why that's racist. I'll never get that.
I don't either.
If you got an Asian guy that realizes that you could do an Asian accent,
Yeah.
so that means that is a real thing.
Yeah.
But if a white guy does it, all of a sudden it's racist and you should be fired. I'll never understand that.
You're not supposed to do impressions of Asian people. I don't know why. If you're doing an impression of an Asian person that actually sounds like that, then you're just doing an impression of them.
Right.
Why the fuck is
Well,
it racist?
it went from you're just doing an impression of the individual to no, it's racist.
Now it's racist.
But I don't understand who decided that all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Because you're right. When we were growing up, you just did an impression of something that was different than
Right.
what you're used to.
You are absolutely right, Opie.
We should just do a whole show talking like that.
Oh, that would be good.
Is there another Calgon commercial we could? Because I want to call him the Ancient Chinese Secret. Because this Lin guy was a secret the whole fucking
Ancient
time.
Chinese secret, huh? That's the same one. I think there was only that one
Really?
with her at that pan face.
It says
Wow,
commercial.
Jesus.
Oh, well.
You know which commercial I hated? I could never find it again. Was the redhead who went, "Isn't this great?" It was for Ring Around the Collar. It was a Whisk commercial, and he
Ring
was
Around
going,
the Collar.
"Isn't this great?" It was a redhead.
Wow, really?
Yeah,
Maybe we can
I hated
find
him.
it today.
Whisk.
Oh, that's right. We're not going to be able to find it because Sam
Whisk.
is on
Oh,
the fucking computer.
Sam.
I'm gonna spell Whisk with the H.
Oh, well. Oh, well. Oh, well.
Wheatons.
Ring around the collar.
Wrong.
Ring around the collar.
Those dirty
Those
rings.
dirty
you
rings.
try scrubbing them,
You try
soaking them out, scrubbing them out, and
you can
still
still come out with.
ring around the collar.
Now try Whisk. Whisk out cleans any other laundry product because it sinks in and starts to clean before you start to wash. Gets even permanent press collars.
Permanent
really
press.
You know what?
You won't hear ring around the collar.
Can we talk about this for a second? And it'll lead to a bigger discussion. These companies came up with stuff no one gave a shit about to sell more product.
Yeah.
Who ever cared if you had a little ring around the collar? No one ever saw it.
And how about when we finally started showering on a daily basis? Who was getting ring around the collar? Fucking like businessmen that would shower once every Saturday?
I don't
so their
know.
sweaty, dirty fucking necks got their shirts all
But you
filthy?
never noticed it. No one would ever notice you had ring around the collar, but Whisk decided, well, if we go with this idea, we could sell more of this Whisk shit.
Dandruff was also a big thing.
Yeah.
Can't get that
Dandruff is gross, though.
And it was like, the Head and Shoulders commercials.
You know what? People have dandruff,
Yeah.
but we just don't give a shit about it anymore. That was made up by a shampoo company as well.
You ever see someone who has flakes all over their suit jacket? It's awful.
It was usually like a greasy old math teacher.
You know what?
Like he'd lean over to see what the fuck you're doing, touch your dick, and he's got like he's got like flakes all
But
over him.
you didn't give a fuck if he had that because you wouldn't talk to him anyway.
No,
So he touched your dick?
no, lean over. I wanted him to, but he never would.
Flowchart.
I don't
know.
Everything leads to a touching.
Yes.
Well, when someone spits out, touched your dick.
Oh, is that the redhead?
This might be the redhead, Jimmy.
Own kitchen, my own bedroom.
And your very own ring around the collar.
Ring around the collar.
Oh, him. Yeah.
For a tough stain like this, you need Whisk. If sprays and powders aren't good enough, Whisk does a better job.
That broad.
And when Whisk gets
Overbearing
out ring
mother.
around the
Remember
collar,
her? She was
Your
in a lot of
whole wash
shit
is
in the
clean.
80s.
no more surprise visits.
And no more ring around the collar.
Whisk gets ring
From the
around
very
collar
beginning, I
and
think
your
is the
whole
line.
Oh,
wash
I
clean.
remember that though. It's
My own kitchen.
See, I think
my own bedroom.
the commercial doesn't show the
all right. He
beginning.
says, "Isn't this great?"
I think he said, "Isn't this great?" He was so fun. I wanted to cut his
That was
throat.
from '84.
Yeah, I remember that when I was growing up.
This Norman Bates couple over here, the overbearing mother making sure his fucking collars. I'm sure she scrubs the shit stains out of his undies too.
Yeah.
Oh, we got to use whisk on your shit stains.
Maybe that's what they were getting at, but they weren't allowed to say shit stains.
Ring around the collar.
Right.
It was really skid marks in your drawers.
Or maybe if you wanted to choke your wife, it would take out the stains.
Getting back to...
I got it.
Oh, you
What?
got it.
Go.
This is...
So, isn't this great? I got...
That's great. Oh, that is bad,
Is
Jimmy.
that terrible?
Oh, one more time.
So, isn't this great? I got my...
What a horrid actor.
Please get that sound clip for somebody to have whenever something's good.
Whenever something's good or really bad.
E-Rock, you writing that down?
Oh.
All right, yeah, we need that.
I didn't realize
That's great.
I didn't remember it being that cartoonish. I knew it was bad.
it's
but fuck.
terrible.
Horrible. Hey, back to Jeremy Lin for a second, because now everyone's comparing him to Tim Tebow. And we learned today that... Oh, no, it's right here. Why don't I just play this?
Oh, you got it.
This is the first bummer about Jeremy Lin right here. I knew it was coming.
This is gonna be great.
This is the first bummer right here.
Bummer.
I knew it was too good to be true.
An artist you gotta check out is Lecrae. He's a Christian rapper. Just raps a lot about the gospel and about Christian music. I really enjoy his lyrics as well. So if you're a big lyrics guy, I think that'll be a good fit for you. I listen to something that mellows me out. Hillsong, it's a Christian band, and they play a lot of contemporary Christian music. You know, I listen to them just to remind myself why I'm playing the game and to remind myself I'm playing a glorified God. And I just really try to focus on that. I try not to get too hyped up, otherwise I find myself kind of burnt out before the game or going into the game just with a little too much energy playing out of character. So I try to slow it down a little bit.
Is that Jeremy Lin?
Yeah. He the headline here, he loves Christian rock and Christian rap. Fuck.
Christian rap.
I would have accepted Nickelback or something.
That doesn't even make sense, Christian rap.
What's Christian
I
rap?
don't
That
know.
sounds awful.
The whole thing about rap is that it's supposed to be a little,
Yeah.
edgy and stuff. And
Christian rap. Dude, what was the band he mentioned here? Can we play their...
Find the name.
Do you remember what he said there? Or do you want me to play it again?
Yeah, play it. Oh, wait, I got it.
You got it?
Christian rap.
Christian rap. But between...
So, isn't this great?
That's great. Oh,
Terrible.
it's terrible.
Was this it?
Yeah.
Lecrae, Don't Waste Your Life,
Lecrae.
featuring Cam Video. What?
And God. Featuring God. It's got 3.5 million views, though.
I think between Jeremy Lin and Tim Tebow, I think God is trying to tell us all something.
Yep.
I think it's time to go back to church, people.
Oh, I thought he was bashing fat people.
Let he without Lin cast the first stone.
Oh,
Huh?
I like that.
Don't be a Linner. What?
The devil can suck my dick. The devil can suck my dick.
What's your life, man? I know a lot of people that are scared they gon' die. Couple of them thinking they'll be living in the sky. While I'm here living, man, I gotta ask why. What am I here for? I gotta figure out. Waste my life, no, I gotta make it count. If Christ is real, then what am I gonna do about everything in Luke 12:15? Out of 21, you really gotta go and check it out. Paul said, if Christ ain't resurrected, we wasted our lives. But that implies that our life's built around Jesus being alive. Everything I'm trying to show the world why. Christ is more than everything you'll ever try.
If he was singing about chicks, I think I would like this song.
He sounds all angry. Why is he angry? He's rapping about God.
He made us born. Alexa said he saved us born. Jesus comes and he breaks us born. Magnify the Father. Our Father was something lesser. He made us so we could bless him. To the world we confess him, resurrect him. So I know I got life. Matter of fact, better man, I know I got Christ. You don't see his ways in my days and my nights. You can
Oh,
Not bad.
No, I like the...
He's got good style.
And he's not...
I like the beat or whatever, but...
He's just being a rapper, but he's rapping about that. I got no problem with that.
Yeah.
That's all right.
God, Jeremy Lin.
Shit.
Jeremy Lin just sold this guy 1 million records.
Yeah, huh?
You know how many people are going, all right.
Look at that, 3 million views. I wonder how many are in the last week.
How about the last day?
Yeah, the last fucking day.
It probably had 5,000 views until yesterday.
Yeah.
Is he big, Sam? Is he popular?
No, I mean, it's not like a big genre at all, but the top comments are already, Jay Lynn brought me here, thumbs up if Jay Lynn 17 brought you here.
Holy mackerel, this guy's like, thank you, Lord. And
why couldn't he like dirty comedy?
Yeah. All I had to say was I get ready for the game, listen to Jim Norton.
The Opie Anthony show. Fuck. I enjoy it on Sirius XM. It's just it's dirty and it reminds me of what not to do and whatever, even if it was bad.
Yeah, man. Lynn, say Opie and Anthony. Come on, let's do this.
Oh, yeah.
We can do this.
With his religious background now.
Hey.
That's going to be great.
I'm a child of fucking of the Lord.
Oh.
Of the Lord also.
Of the Lord.
All the comments are either...
I'm a child of the Lord and I'm a child of the 80s.
I don't think either of those things are true. All the comments are either Jeremy Lin brought me here or they're just trashing it.
Oh.
Damn, this shit goes hard as fuck. Haha, no wait, it's retarded.
It's not bad. I mean, it's just... The guy looks like he's a thug. He doesn't look like a...
Maybe he's a reformed thug or something.
A lot of those guys get religion in jail.
Or maybe he's making believe he's a thug. And
right.
First dick that goes in your hiney hole in jail. You fucking go, Jesus!
Yeah, that's why there's people. They think there's so much religion. It's just people yelling as their faces mashed up against the fucking wall.
Oh God, no, Jesus! You're getting a big dick in your eye. Yeah,
big one.
One more
fat.
One more headline for the basketball fans out there. Carmelo Anthony's coming back from a groin injury.
Yeah.
So they've been winning all these games without Carmelo Anthony. He was the big get for the Knicks, right? And everyone is very scared if Carmelo and Lynn could play together.
Yeah?
Because Carmelo Anthony has been known as a ball hog, but they interviewed him, and he goes, I'm no ball hog. No one would ever call me a ball hog to my face.
Not to his face.
But a lot of people have noticed that over the years. He likes to keep the ball a little longer than most.
Well, if he steps in and they lose, that's going to look bad, right?
I think he plays tomorrow.
Yeah.
7 games in a row. He comes back in the court. They lose. That's going to suck for him, man.
You know, it's got to happen that way. It really has to happen
It
that
has
way.
to, right?
They will lose.
Tomorrow.
Bet on it, yeah.
Yeah, tomorrow would be a good bet. Bet. Ancient Chinese Secret. Let's go with that one.
Ancient Chinese Secret, huh?
Our show needs an official fucking nickname for Lynn. Want to go with that one?
Yeah. Yeah.
But if you say it, I guess it's racist.
You a racist.
I don't understand that. Hey, fucking Governor Christie out there in Jersey, how do you feel about him putting the flags at half-mast for Whitney Houston? A lot of people very, very upset by this. Because other worthy people have died, and he did not do that for them.
No.
And he was defending himself. Do we have the clip of him defending himself, Sam?
What did he say, that because she had a good voice, we should...
She influenced...
She was a Jersey person.
They did the
same thing
in Jersey and around the world and blah, blah, blah.
They did it for Clarence, and nobody really, was up in arms about that.
Who else
they
they
did
do
it
it
for
for?
Sinatra, I guess, when
Yeah.
Sinatra died. Anyone from, Jersey.
Of note.
Yeah. And it's not like a week of mourning. It's on a Saturday.
Is that it, maybe?
I don't know. I don't really...
He's explaining it.
I don't care. I mean, obviously there's...
A lot of people in Jersey care.
There is this apathy towards, soldiers and police officers that have died in the line of duty. And then, you get this Whitney Houston, and she dies, and the press is all over it. The people are like, oh, it's terrible. They're flying flags at half-staff. But, we forget about...
A cop who gets shot.
Real important people.
And she left Ring Around the Tub.
Yes. Scrubbing bubbles.
This isn't great.
Isn't this great?
No, he didn't think it was.
Isn't this great?
Great.
Who gets that clip?
I want it. I want it for my machine.
No!
Everyone
You're not
needs
responsible enough for a machine.
I
all
need a
need it.
machine.
No.
The upswell is happening.
Yes.
It's time.
It's time?
Yes. I wouldn't abuse it. There's got to be a gym machine
Yes.
once in a while.
There is a...
Isn't this great?
Look what I bring to the table.
Oh, and this. You could have this in your machine.
That's right. And I would pop lock while it plays.
His fucking... No.
I officially have the clip. I officially have.
This song is so bad. Whoop, whoop, whoop. They were like, if they said, look, we need a goofy song, this is it. Did this win any Emmys for music? And the Emmy for Best Theme Song of a Situation Comedy goes to The Ropers.
This is like the theme song for domestic violence.
Isn't this great?
Isn't
this great?
My God.
Isn't this great?
Anyway, so you don't care about the Christie thing?
No, it's not a big deal.
The latest on Whitney Houston.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Still dead?
Still dead. Funeral Saturday. And there's going to be a camera. So I think the world could watch. Is that what's happening?
Yeah, they're streaming it on the internets.
Wow, man.
I hope this doesn't interfere with my web show nomination for the Shorty Awards.
Well,
I hope Whitney doesn't get posthumous Shorty for her web show, her dead web show.
Yeah, you're sitting pretty. I'm sitting right where I want to be too.
You know
everyone's
what, though?
happy today.
I don't like the fact that now voting stops tomorrow at midnight.
Mm-hmm.
That's when voting ends.
Right.
I don't like the way second place is edging up a little bit, a few points. I still have a lead, but look, people, please just go to shortyawards.com and vote for me in the web show category. Okay? Just do it. Please, just put me way over the top. I don't want any bullshit here.
I'm debating if I should be a dark horse and come out of nowhere and get this thing.
Do that.
Or should I stay in 8th place?
No, you need 6th place to qualify.
All right, then I'll stay in 8th.
I don't believe in these voting because the numbers don't seem to change sometimes.
No, sometimes they don't. I don't like that at all.
I'm not being ironic when I tell people don't vote for me. If I'm not going to be in first place on an award thing like this, I don't want to do it.
Exactly.
I don't want to come in third behind a guy named Smosh. It's just not. It doesn't feel good.
I know.
Yeah,
I don't like it.
So I'm not interested in. I appreciate the gesture.
I agree.
But I have no desire.
Well, I need to hang on to my first place status.
Yeah, first place you should.
You want it.
ShortyAwards.com.
Ant wants it for real.
And then it's in the web show.
Hey,
web show
way
category.
ahead of him.
I don't like it because he was only at 12 and change the other day.
Jesus, dude, you have no problem.
No, I want to pull away like a motherfucker.
Calm down. You're fine.
Hey,
I can't get more than 700 votes on this fucking thing.
Hey, let's talk to a Jersey guy about the Governor Christie thing because we don't live in Jersey.
Bruce?
Jimmy. RJ.
Hey! Okay.
RJ.
What's happening, guys?
Hello.
What's up, RJ?
Not much. Listen, I've been a cop in New Jersey for about 9 years now. Known four cops personally, and that fat fuck wouldn't even come out or say anything about them dying. So
Yeah.
now she's dying, they want her flying at half-mast. Ain't going to happen in my town, I'll tell you that.
Oh, damn.
Good for you, man.
Not in my backyard.
Seriously, good for you.
NIMBY.
Wait, you really know 4 cops that lost their lives and no flags at half-mast?
Well, I mean, ours were at half-mast in a couple surrounding towns, but the governor didn't say anything about a order to have the entire state fly them at half-mast.
Yeah, good for you. Fuck that.
Fuck him.
All right, sir. Thank you,
All
RJ.
right, gentlemen, have a good day.
Yep.
Yes.
So it's on the internet. So someone's going to be making money off that, huh?
You think they're going to put ads on there?
I don't know. They might. And
Bathtubs, booze.
And Nancy Grace is
Xanax.
fucking all in that this is a murder.
What?
She's running around on Twitter like, I got to run. I got interviews to do.
Once again.
She's reporting that the body was she reporting this? I got to be careful here. I believe so. That Whitney Houston's body was half in and half out of the tub.
Oh, no. She couldn't have had a heart attack due to pills and booze when she was having liquor sent up to her room before 10 in the morning. I was seen stumbling all over the hotel and had prescription drugs.
You heard all that, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
That couldn't have been that. No, it's a murder. Shut up.
She was drinking large quantities of alcohol before 10 a.m. at the Beverly Hills Hotel.
So I think she believes Tot Mom did it, is responsible for yet another drowning. Tot Mom.
Nancy Grace is so hateable.
It's about me with Nancy Grace.
What's her name on Twitter? I think I'm going to say something unpleasant to her.
Well, let's make
nice.
Let's make sure we got our facts complete.
We don't need our facts straight to bash Nancy Grace.
She's so hateable.
Yeah.
Well, let's read her Twitter because she's been writing a lot of
Has she been
stuff.
tweeting?
And if you got a Nancy Grace clip of her saying what I just said, that would be beautiful. Because then I would look like a star.
Bop, bop, bop. That song is so
L.A. American Songbird superstar
Blow your nose.
Whitney
Pause.
Houston.
Is that
dead.
from a nose job? What's that? American Songbird.
Well, American Songbird.
Yeah.
She's got to come up with these things like Tot Mom, Songbird. What? She's an idiot.
Let's do this.
We are live just feet here from the death scene, LA's Beverly
Just
Hilton.
feet from
As
the death scene.
accusations and
She's in
finger-pointing
on the main
mounts.
road by the hotel.
Bombshell
Just across the
tonight.
street.
Houston allegedly found submerged underwater, her lungs swimming. Straight out to special guest joining us here live, Jen Garcia, assistant editor of People. She attended the Grammys and has been
Look
on
at
the
her
scene
fucking
from the
head
get-go.
shape.
Jen,
She's
what do
a
you know?
vulture.
Look at
She's
Nancy Grace's
Frankenstein.
head.
Frankenstein.
Oh my God! Look how hot Whitney Houston used to be.
She was okay. She looked like she smelled weird.
Yeah. She sweat like a motherfucker,
Yeah, and
too.
too-
Even in her
drug
younger
sweat.
days.
Fuck
Yeah,
that.
she was always just drenched in sweat.
We're looking at a picture. She's early 20s there easily.
No. That's not an old picture, dude.
Come on.
Remember what she looked like in the old videos? She had like the perm, right?
Yeah.
And her hair was lighter and longer, and she was rail thin. And that picture is not that old.
All right.
She looks like fucking Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Nancy Grace?
Nancy Grace.
You know who she looks like? She looks like the guy in Death Wish 2 who said, when Bronson goes, "Do you believe in Jesus?" She goes, "Yes, I do."
You're going to meet him.
You're going to meet him.
That guy. Right. I know exactly who you're talking about.
I hit this.
I love that movie.
You know, we don't know all that much right now. What's clear is that she was found in a tragic state. You know, what is clear
shit.
is
Where is
that,
that? Is that border
there was
on
a lot
Oklahoma?
of prescription drug use. And, you know, it really just is a tragic situation right now.
No shit.
Well, I'm hearing in my ear. Joining me right now is Don Lemon, CNN anchor.
Is that Don on the
joining
phone?
me at the
Those
LA
pictures I was supposed
coroner's
to see.
office. Don, thank you for being with us. What do we know about the autopsy report on Whitney Houston?
Good question, because I just spoke with the assistant coroner, Nancy Ed Winter. And
Right
he
now,
said,
Nancy's
listen, by
head
the
is
time the
burrowed into the
coroner
carcass
got
of a
there-
dead animal on the side of the road. She's just plucking out fucking entrails, peeking up every so often to talk to this guy. Holy shit. That woman is despicable.
She's a real fucking pig.
I don't know if this is the clip. I don't know. Let me. You could keep playing, I guess.
She had been removed from the tub. So, not exactly sure if she was submerged underwater, if there was enough
Can you pause?
water.
Being submerged underwater, you can only be submerged underwater, you dumb motherfucker.
She was submerged above the water, which was very odd. The police looking into this.
Yeah, she was submerged under leaves. No.
All right.
Her lungs to say that she drowned, but by the time the coroner got there, she had been removed from that tub. And they're saying that the autopsy results are done, Nancy, but they're waiting on the toxicology reports to
hold
come
on.
in, which, as you
they
know,
were trying to revive her. She was removed from the tub when the coroner got there. Yeah, because they tried to fucking give her CPR. What kind of ridiculous shit is that?
It's horrible reporting.
It is.
we both covered Michael Jackson, other stars who have dealt with the same thing. That could take a couple of weeks. They want to know what drugs, if any, were in her body before they make a final determination. Autopsy's done, Nancy, but toxicology reports results not in yet.
Back to Don Lemon joining us there at the coroner's office. CNN correspondent Don, they may know right now whether she died of a deadly dose of drugs pumped into her body or whether she drowned to death in her own bathtub. But the issue is much more complex than that. Who gave her the drugs, what were the drugs, and who was with her at the time she went underwater?
She is in love
Right,
with
and then
death.
She's a fucking pig.
denying
A
that
morbid fucking pig. You're
She's
right.
a capitalizing fucking pig.
She's using all kinds of words that are like, like to try to be shocking. She wants more shock to this story.
And and just to make sure that she shoehorns her fucking Frankenberry face into the discussion. One of the tweets from 9 hours ago, rushing to the set of Dr. Drew HLN, more Whitney discussion. And she hashtags Whitney. So anybody who's looking at the Whitney hashtag can see.
Yes.
And I got no problem with somebody capitalizing, but just why does she have a different set of standards to operate under?
Yeah.
Fucking hate her.
She needs the vulture hashtag whenever you fucking mention her name. Hashtag vulture.
You think she eats roadkill in the morning?
Oh, yeah, that's what she
for
eats.
breakfast?
She just has a fucking possum, a big bloated fucking dead possum on her plate, and she doesn't use silverware. She rips it apart with her fucking beak and just pulls rancid entrails out.
Nice. I got my tweet then. We all should tweet her. Fuck this bitch.
She really...
Fuck this bitch. All right, let's go.
Drugs were found. They're saying that drugs were found in the hotel room and that there were prescription drugs. And after the coroner held a briefing, I spoke to him privately, and he said, yeah, Don, there were prescription drugs found in the room, but according to him, Nancy, not out of the ordinary. He said to me, I have more prescription drugs, meaning the assistant coroner, in my home than was found in the room. And of course they know. I posed that question to him. I said, listen, the toxicology reports, that's just the final word for you to be 100% sure. You've been doing this for a while. You have some idea of what killed someone if you know what you're doing. He hedged it a little bit and said, we have some suspicion, but we don't want to really say what happened right now, Nancy. You know, they know.
Shut up. They're being very careful.
Yeah.
You know, they just want it to be more than it is.
Yeah.
So they hint like, whoa, what's going on here? What's going on here is she obviously wasn't clean and sober, like some people hinted over the past couple of years. She drank a lot, had some pills in her, and she fucking blew it.
She blew it.
That's what we're going to find out.
Yeah.
But they're going to take their time with this shit. They always do, especially in L.A. now. Because they have fucked up some shit out there in L.A. over the years.
How is Nancy doing with her justice for Kaylee Anthony?
I would like to know that. Is she still farting on national TV? What a pig. That's who she is. She fucking farts on national TV.
Slob.
You fucking Spanx monster.
And to answer your question, she's moving on from that because no one cares as much.
Yeah,
it's not in the spotlight, so she'll move on from that. It's all about Whitney now. Why are people all about Dave Mustaine's endorsement?
Oh yeah,
it's everywhere. Why?
Santorum.
What's the problem there?
Because he's probably the only guy who would be considered cool or a rock star who would endorse that douchebag, and it's because he had like some religious, I guess, conversion.
Yes, Dave Mustaine has found the Lord, I believe.
But it was trending on Twitter yesterday. I just saw another clip on the news. They're all about Dave Mustaine's endorsement. A lot of people are endorsing.
Yeah.
Well, you know.
I don't know the backstory on that one.
I don't personally give a shit who he votes for or who he doesn't vote.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know why it's his story. Who cares?
Exactly.
Make fun of it, but...
Yeah, I don't know. Santorum's coming out of nowhere.
This week, we'll see. It's it really is just odd how it's been going back and forth, and then people that you think, oh God,
sorry. And we're gonna go on to Michigan.
We're just watching MSNBC
every time he pops up.
Yeah. And then Arlie Ermy. Arlie Ermey's a spokesperson for the NRA right now.
Yeah.
Talking about
can they best support and who has their like beliefs and go down and vote for this person. It's got to register to vote first.
Exactly right.
And that's the problem, getting them away from that computer long enough to do that.
You're absolutely right. And unless you register to vote, you can't complain. You got to be part of the process, don't you?
They always say that.
And I understand.
That fucking drives me nuts.
They always say that one.
That is the dumbest thing to
Can't
say
complain.
to anybody.
Oh, shit. I want to complain.
Really?
Can I register to complain? You want to register to complain? No, I want to register to vote so I can complain.
Right.
Ah, okay. Well, we get it now.
Dumb thing to say.
Yeah.
You even agree with that, right?
Yeah, it's stupid. Please.
Fucking Carlin said it best.
I know.
About not voting. Oh, boy. Jimmy just bit his own teeth. I love when Jimmy bites
When we
his
come
own
back,
teeth.
maybe can we talk about our pal Joe, who was in court to see this Russian?
Oh, yes.
This piece of shit.
I read that article last night. It's infuriating.
Joe
Lozito, yeah. This piece of garbage. He was
Guy
here.
was in here.
One of the stabbing victim.
Oh, we got an update on him?
Well, yeah.
Oh, yeah, he went to court
the
yesterday.
Russian-
Oh, fuck you. Let's
He
talk about
faced the
this piece of
fucking
garbage.
Really?
If you don't think we should just take people outside and put bullets in their head.
Yeah.
There's one answer. Take him outside and pump a bullet into his head. He's of no value.
Guy should just be fucking killed.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, he's hateable, man.
All right, we'll have an update on that, and we'll go with Black History Month here. And later today, we might have tickets to a big concert. I don't know.
Oh.
Sam, I don't know.
You can't say.
So I'm allowed to say that much. I'm just wondering.
But we don't know.
I don't know. And we got Andrew Lincoln from The Walking Dead coming in today.
Yes. Yes, I just watched actually the season premiere. I had it on DVR, and I watched it, and wow, it was really good. Like they do shit on that show that's like other shows would be like, oh, you can't do that. That probably doesn't test well. Yeah,
but they don't care.
Yeah.
But first, this.
For Black History Month, the Opie and Anthony Show recognizes some of the individuals whose contributions have shaped the African American community and changed all of us for the better. Today, we salute basketball star and kept man Lamar Odom. Lamar broke new ground in the African American community by not only being a professional athlete, but by marrying a thick white woman. Lamar defeated black stereotypes by being with a woman whose real father is questioned more than his own.
I want to get married right now.
You would marry me?
I would do it right now. We met on the 27th.
Mm-hmm.
Your birthday's on the 27th. So we should get married on the 27th.
You want to get married on my birthday?
This one.
Your favorite number is 7?
Yes.
And then there's 2 of us, so it's 2, 7.
There's 2 of us. And do you remember the last flight that I took from New York?
Uh-huh.
It was United Flight 27.
Thank you, Lamar, and lots of luck with that beast. Stay tuned as we continue to recognize significant African American contributions for Black History Month here on the Opie and Anthony Show.
Sirius XM. Sirius XM. The Opie and Anthony Show.
Corrected itself. They are lucky.
Well, still should bash them.
I don't know what's going on, but once again, all our Twitters exploded with the fact that the online feed is not working. It was looping. It was playing a show from yesterday. Blah, blah, blah. We hear this all the fucking time. We've talked to the bosses. They go, I don't know. It seems like it's working for me. Yeah. And Mars comes running in with his, what do you got as a phone? An Android? Yeah. All right, so Mars has some kind of Android phone. He turned it on, and it absolutely was Tom Papa from yesterday looping instead of hearing this wonderful show that we're putting on today.
Yes.
And we were about to prove it by just playing, Mars's Android live on our show right now, but I guess it corrected itself just a mere minute ago. Huh?
He's restarting the app to see how it starts because it did it went to commercial, and then it corrected itself, so it was on track with us.
But I try to tell the guys down the hall. Trust me, I'll try not to bitch, but these people are frustrated.
Yeah,
it is happening
all the time,
and we're getting a lot of tweets about it. I mean, a lot, not just one or two. Like somebody just was dumb and then did something on their own. It's happening enough where it's an obvious issue. And now when I'm reading a lot more than I want to, look, I'm giving up. I want to listen to you guys, but the online app is ridiculous, so I have to give up. I just want to let you guys know that. And I'm hearing that a lot.
Are people also making sure they're clicking go to live? Because the thing now...
Well, Mars would know. And it was happening with Mars today.
You have to push go to live. If you don't shut down the app completely,
right,
it pauses sometimes where you left it.
Okay.
So you can pick back up because you don't have to listen live anymore. So if you don't click go to live, sometimes it won't be. But that wouldn't explain the looping.
But today it was looping. Why so many people have it at once.
True.
Today it was looping on Mars's Android phone. Because all of a sudden I checked my Twitter. I'm like, whoa, here we go again. And Mars came running in here and said, yeah, look, this is what I'm hearing right now. And it was yesterday's show looping.
And it's done through another company, right?
I don't know.
Another company.
Mars said it's done through Quick Play.
Quick Play is another company in Toronto who actually does the online feed or something. And sometimes it's only this show that fucks up. Only this show. How is that happening by accident?
Somebody explain that to me. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. But, you know, without mentioning names, the guys down the hall, they're no help with this issue. They can't figure it out. But it's happening. And now we're losing subscribers. That is happening.
Guaranteed.
People are going, look, I can't do this anymore. I'm sorry, but it's too frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
I want to do this, but I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
So if you're not going to give us a video element or a studio of a suitable size, can you at least make sure that the online feed works?
Something
so that in
as simple as
2012,
that.
people can hear us on the fucking computer? Because how does it feel that podcasts are now what people are talking about?
Yeah.
I can't believe we have to ask for that. Can you at least make sure they can listen to us through the phone?
Yeah.
We don't even want... You know what? The whole...
yeah, we give up.
We
How
give
about
up
they
on
hear
the
us?
visual element, the lights, the bigger studio, any type of respect for the company. But can you at least make sure they can hear us on their phones?
Can we at least have podcast quality on the computer? That's all we want is to have Bob Kelly's podcast quality.
Right. Look, you win. You've beat us down. But all we ask at this point is that our listeners can hear us on their phones.
Much
Please.
like they do a podcast, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Christ,
it's unbelievable.
Say the company is not this company, but that QuickTime company.
I don't know.
It wouldn't surprise me if there was some shenanigans going on there. Because how does the same show always have trouble?
I don't know.
There's no difference between our show and some other show.
My answer is I don't know because that's what they tell me. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
It is just infuriating.
Jimmy, you said QuickTime. It's Quick Play.
No, I'm sorry. Quick Play. My fault. My fault. Quick Play.
Quick Play.
Obviously,
Quick Play. What's going on up there in Toronto? Tell us. See, now the phones are lit with people. I'm so frustrated with the online app. It's a real issue.
It stinks. It fucking stinks.
Seems like it might be the Androids.
My
iPhone's not so much.
I don't have a problem personally with my iPhone.
I'm so happy BlackBerry's fucking up again.
I know my wife listens through the iPhone because I'm too lazy. I don't have our channel. I don't have our channel in my car anymore, and I don't have it in the house.
Really?
I don't have Sirius XM in the house.
Why don't you just call and have them do it in the car?
I don't know. I don't know. What do you do?
You call and they fix it.
So she has to listen to the show.
These are not big tasks. That's a little thing.
That's a big task.
It's not.
That's a big one.
Very easy.
I'm raising a kid. That's too big for me right now.
Too much trouble.
Too much trouble, and you know. I'd rather watch everything just break down around me than fix it.
Just crumble.
You know how many light bulbs I need in my house at this point?
Oh man, really? Are you the guy that turns the light switch on and nothing happens guy?
Well, in my bathroom, I got 6. You know, it's one of those things that has 6 light bulbs. I'm down to 2. I'm like, well, I can still see with 2.
I like when you hear that sound. Oh, fuck, there goes another one.
I got to change light bulbs.
Walking around with your iPhone light.
Yeah.
Just can't brush my teeth.
The problem is happening with other stations, too.
Oh, okay.
That's Vinny. But I've heard over the last, God, it has to be at least a year we've been hearing the same shit that this online app is not working properly. And I've heard over and over again that a lot of times it's just our channel. But now this guy's saying it's happening with other channels, so I don't know. I don't even know why we brought this up because nothing will be done.
No.
We'll hear some weird thing like, I don't know, we checked it out, it looks like it's working fine. And
yeah, that's what the thing is. They go, no, we popped it up and everything seems to be
good. And we called the company and we talked to our tech people. Everyone's like, no, it's working fine. It must just be a rare case out there. And,
yeah, that's all it is.
Where?
I wouldn't worry about it.
Where?
Everything's fine.
Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning.
Does Nicole remember being just a drunk slob on our show yesterday?
There they all go, all together. They go together as a show to the little coffee room.
Yeah, they just walked by. I wonder if she remembers being just fucking wasted yesterday.
I saw her before.
Hammered.
Running down the hallway. She was running apparently late again. No, I said, hey, Nicole, how you doing? She's like, better than yesterday. I'm like, all right.
Okay. People
wow.
kind of enjoyed her on the show yesterday.
She was great.
Yeah, yes.
Admitting taking loads on the face.
Oh,
and,
man, that's right. She did.
Jimmy, you were very, very
I just think
mad going in a break there.
I just think that there are certain times in the country we should be able, in the back of a courthouse, to cut somebody's throat or to just put a bullet in their head. And we had Joe Lozado on. I'm Lozito. I'm sorry,
Lozito.
Who I've met many times at MMA events. He's a big fan of this show. He was a great guest on the show, talking about this Russian piece of garbage that killed like his stepfather and a couple other people. Went on a rampage and then attacked Joe randomly.
Huge story last year, right?
Yeah.
And then this guy ran into Joe on the subway after he did all that craziness on the streets.
And Joe took him down with an MMA move and and got stabbed a bunch of times, but subdued this guy. And the cops apparently, according to Joe, did nothing. The guy didn't come out of the fucking conductor's car to help him.
Yeah.
So that's good news. And the headline is talking about this guy. His name is Maxim Gelman. And he's a complete piece of...
Gelman! What are you doing, Gelman? You're stabbing people in the head, Gelman!
Yeah. And our pal Joe there was pretty much left for dead. They didn't think he was going to make it. I mean, the scars, and you weren't here that day? Holy
you didn't hear that?
No, I heard it.
He heard the interview, but you didn't
driving,
see
yeah.
the scars.
No.
There are those raised scars that don't seem like they're going to go away anytime soon.
Yeah, I saw him in pictures, but I'm sure in real life it was...
Massive scars. One
nasty.
massive one across the back of his head. Whatever, yeah.
Well, this guy had stabbed his stepfather, and I don't know if it was his mother who else he had killed.
Crazy ass Russian guy, right?
Hold on, I'm just because he proposed to Kim Kardashian. I guess a little attention whore needs some more attention.
Oh yeah,
he wanted to get
He proposed to her what?
Just
in court, blurted it out.
Garbage.
Great.
He is an attention whore.
He was convicted of attempting to murder Lozito, and Lozito made a victim impact statement. And he made eye contact with Gelman. And he said, when I attacked you and I took you down, when you attacked and I took you down, you went down real easy, Lozito told him. And the guy barked back, you didn't take me down, you jerk off. And then he slammed him as the funniest Russian since Yakov Smirnov, which is pretty funny, a real slam. And Lozito said, I appreciate you chose me. I really do. Maybe if you continued your extreme cowardice, you would have picked on another person, a woman, maybe she couldn't defend herself, or a child. Like, he really told this guy what a fucking punk he was and how easy he went down. And that's going to drive this guy nuts for the next 25 fucking years.
Yeah.
That's in the paper. Everybody had to hear that.
He just loves the attention, though.
But but this guy loves the attention, and he really should be, I just hope something happens to him in jail. Terrible.
Yeah.
I hope something terrible happens to him in jail.
But it probably won't.
No, this code that convicts supposedly have. Oh, the convict. Most of them are fucking animals, and they don't have the code.
Yeah.
Where is it?
Yeah, there's no fucking none of this chivalry in prison. I watch enough of those goddamn shows, and it just seems like they have a system in there, and people adhere to that system.
Yeah, they beat up. I think they probably go after kid touchers.
Yeah.
If the kid touchers are weak. But Richard Allen Davis, who killed Polly Klaas, is alive and kicking in jail.
Yeah.
What's the matter? Is he a little too big to take down?
They can't get to all of them, probably.
Having his own little life in there, not even, wakes up in the morning, does his job, whatever.
Well, because we protect animals in prison, too.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know. I hate that.
I mean, you should be able to just throw these guys in general pop, and that's it. Why are you protecting a monster?
Yep.
He's such a monster that other criminals want to get at him.
Yeah.
And then you decide, like, oh, boy, we got to protect this guy, I guess. Fuck that.
Fuck that.
Fuck that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that guy, I didn't know that guy was a fan of the show. It's kind of
Joe Lozito, big fan. He came up to me because he mentioned that he watches UFC. That's how he learned to do that takedown. And Dana loves him now and gives him and his wife good seats every time.
That's cool.
Yeah. Is fucking UFC in Atlanta this weekend?
I think
Atlanta.
so.
Aren't you in Atlanta?
Yes.
So why don't you go?
That's a
Can I have 3 shows? That's good. I'm competing with UFC.
Oh, shit.
Oh, boy. You have bad luck.
I really fucking do, man.
Hey, the John Jones video of him punching the shit out of you and choking you, I finally put together.
Oh, yeah.
So you can check that out
See it
today.
more?
Holy fuck, look at that bruise.
Oh, man, that's a good one.
That's from John Jones.
Oh, man.
Does it hurt?
Wow.
A little sore.
He said it was 70%. It was a 70% punch.
It hurt.
Wow.
Definitely hurt.
The video's pretty good.
Yeah, I saw it.
Because Bob Kelly had a close-up with his iPhone that I was waiting on, and I edited it into the video. So you can find it in all the usual places, I do believe, right? Is it on our Facebook page there, Iraq? It's
going up right now.
Oh, it's going up right now, is it? How about yesterday?
Because I didn't know you posted it yesterday.
Well, how about you pay attention?
I want my fucking website fixed. I'm not trusting Facebook or MySpace because MySpace is such shit now.
Oh, yeah.
It's such shit.
MySpace.
But I'm saying any of these social networking sites, there's
MySpace-
always another one that comes along.
MySpace isn't as shitty as it used to be.
It's all fucking spam. I went to my MySpace recently. 30 straight pages of spam. It's garbage.
Jimmy, I'm telling you, it's making a comeback. I just read an article where a whole bunch of people joined MySpace recently. They're cleaning that shit up because what? Is it Timberlake's thing now with a few people?
Yeah, he's a part owner.
Here's what Justin Timberlake should do.
Don't be surprised. MySpace is going to make a comeback. I'm telling you.
Well, here's what they
right
should
now,
do.
It's not good, but
when you open an email, say it's from fucking some spam site, you should be able to delete all emails from this user.
Oh, that's a good one.
That should be an option. Delete all emails from this user. And how about you able to one-click block from your email screen? Don't make me go to this scumbag's profile and click on block, and then I still have to filter out his email?
Yeah.
Fucking annoying. It should literally be a one-button thing. Block this user, delete all emails from this user. Should be two options.
I just hate that I have to update my Twitter, update my Facebook, update my website, update Google+. Why can't we just have one thing?
Well,
you can do that. You can tie them all together.
Yeah, but sometimes like a tweet, sometimes if you tweet something, you don't need to put it on your Facebook as well. You know what I mean? You can't do it that way. You know what I mean?
You could do all of them if you want, or you don't have to.
Because some of the tweets don't work if it's a Facebook update.
Oh, because they're a hashtag response to
or
somebody else.
something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
So you have to kind of pick and choose if you're doing it properly. Some of these people don't do it properly. They're lazy. You really got to pick and choose. And then the Google Plus. I hear more and more people are joining Google Plus.
It fucking stinks. No one cares about it. Who told you that? Fucking Larry Google?
Larry Google.
Larry Google. They're joining the Google Plus with the circles.
No one I know is doing that.
I don't even know what circle to put people in.
When it first came out,
Too many
a couple of people were like, hey, check this out. And then it just went away. It went away.
And then I'm a Who Say guy, but I don't know how to incorporate the Who Say yet. And Javi from Who Say is calling me all the time. He's like, are you going to use Who Say? I'm like, yeah, I'm going to use Who Say. I just don't know how to incorporate it. Help me out, sir. Too much, Hank.
It really is.
It's just too much. It used to be one little website, and that was it. That's all you had to worry about.
Now, you're all over the place.
I got to deal with a guy named Javi.
Javi?
Javi, I'll get back to you.
I got a friend, Shirley, that's bigger than you.
Dude, I had...
Shirley.
Yesterday, oh, man, did I look like a dummy. I had to turn off my Twitter. I was so embarrassed. I checked my YouTube account, and ESPN is writing me like crazy. And I mean like crazy because they were really wanting to get a hold of me. They wanted to use the Bob Kelly getting choked out by John Jones video on ESPN.
Yeah.
ESPN2, I believe. So I'm like panicking, and I couldn't write the lady back. So now I'm just writing on Twitter so everyone else could see. This should have been a private email like, hey, Mary, I can't get a hold of you, but yes, please use the video that we shot at studio.
Back?
I don't know. I don't know what was going on with the YouTube account yesterday. I just couldn't reply to it for some reason. So now I'm publicly saying, like, looking pretty desperate, to be honest with you. Like, yeah, sure, play the video. Yes, we give permission. She gets back to me like, great, we're going to use it today. So then, of course, what do? You're on Twitter like, hey, guys, you know that video of Bob Kelly getting choked out by John Jones?
I saw that.
Oh, you did see it?
Yeah.
ESPN2, 4:30. It's some show that this guy does with his father. It was all right, I guess. And then people are starting to, I got everyone to watch this show yesterday. And now they're going, running out of time. And I'm like, no, man, between now and 5, they told me. And then people writing, it sounds like you're panicking a little bit there, sir. And then 5 o'clock comes and they didn't fucking show the video after all that. I start reading the fucking tweets. I'm like, oh my God. Oh, you won't find them because then I deleted all the tweets.
Ow.
I'm a good deleter. Sometimes you got to delete tweets too. It's smart. You got to keep your shit clean. Like your pubic hair. You got to keep your Twitter clean. Got to trim some shit down. So all of a sudden, I'm like, oh my God, after all that, they didn't even fucking play the video.
Oh, that's embarrassing.
I was embarrassed.
You were embarrassed.
So I had to turn off Twitter for a couple hours. I just didn't want to know what they were writing. And then I deleted the tweets, you know.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
By the way, the Shorty Award, this is why I hate them, are showing I've gotten 8 votes in like a week. There's something wrong with that voting.
That's
Do not
crazy.
vote for me for that Shorty Awards. For real. I don't.
That means Jimmy
want it.
wants votes.
No, I really don't.
What?
I'm not being ironic. I don't want it. I really don't want it. I think I'm not going to say it's rigged, but I think there is something going on, and I want no fucking part of it. Fuck them.
Shenanigans.
Fuck them.
Shenanigans.
Yeah, please, seriously, do not.
You sure?
Want nothing to do with it. I won't go. I won't accept it. It's shit.
Wow, well, that's a great way to do it. So you want votes?
Vote for me if you want to. Vote for Smosh, because I won't show up. It said I had 750 votes like a couple weeks ago or a week ago, and now it's saying I got 758. There's something
8
off.
votes.
There's
Stop.
something off, unless people are just not doing it right, but there's something off.
Well, that's
and if I
probably
can't get
true,
more than
too.
750 votes, then I literally, I don't want the award. I don't deserve it.
That's crazy.
It's fucking embarrassing.
It is.
All right.
Yeah. On that note, vote for me. Oh,
Yeah.
what?
Do you want it? Does that mean not vote for you? I'm
No,
very
no,
confused how everyone's doing this now.
I don't want it.
Jimmy wants it by saying he doesn't. And
Well,
you don't want it because you say you want it?
I've campaigned, and I'm in the #1 position.
Congratulations.
I would like to hold that #1 position.
You're going to.
Until,
But you're going to be at the table by yourself now.
No, me and Sam.
That's right.
Sam's in.
Well, I'm number 2 right now, but I'm only like 20 votes behind.
You're in? For what category?
I'm actually in the category of radio.
Where radio?
Yeah, but you guys didn't go for it. So if you want Opie and Anthony representation in the category of radio, vote for Not Sam on the Shorty Awards.
Dude, why don't we do a Jeremy Lin thing and have everyone vote for us in radio?
In radio, in like what?
One day. Let's come out of nowhere like Jeremy Lin and fucking take this.
But you guys you refuse to get a Twitter together, so one of you would have to
Oh, that's right.
Oh.
That's how it works.
Oh.
Yeah, well. Look, I'm in web show. Just vote for it. What do you
I'm
want
in
from
radio.
me? What do you want from me? We'll
I'm in
sit
radio.
at the table.
No, you're in
Me
YouTube
and
star.
Sam on a
No, I'm
double
in radio.
date.
I'm doing it right now. This is radio.
Yeah, but you don't want the award.
Oh.
You're in radio.
We got a kid crying over a school contest.
Huh?
By the way, we forgot to go topical because we're mad about the online feed.
Oh,
And then the
shit.
joke thing in the paper.
Oh, wow. I bet people are crushed.
Yeah, you didn't miss anything.
What were you playing? I think I heard Britney Spears. Yeah, but that makes it sound like we want Britney Spears coming back from break.
Well, it fit with you being upset with the online
fudge.
feed.
Why?
Because it's crazy.
Oh, she shaved her head 5
Yeah.
years ago?
Yep.
Wow. Time flies.
That's a quick 5, huh? 5 years ago. Wow.
That's not too. That's not too annoying.
So, isn't this great?
Will you take the countdown down?
No.
That's going to trick everybody, by the way. I love it. Why you have it up there?
Because it says my
Because
name
it says
on
your name. That's the only reason.
What's this?
Damn.
It's on my website, OP Radio. It says, is this countdown for Sam's unemployment? Okay, there. Now you could go somewhere else.
Where do you want me to go? You were just talking about your stuff.
No, I
It's
talked.
not crazy for me to be on your website right now.
Oh, I guess all the latest videos are up there. That's a good place to go.
And your YouTube and your Facebook
All
and your
right.
Twitter.
But I don't have my Google Plus fucking link up there.
Why would you?
Because I have to fucking worry about that too.
Google Plus.
You don't Google Plus it.
No one Google Pluses. This is.
But you can do individual circles and stuff.
What's a circle?
You have a friend
I
circle.
care about the circle. I'll just
Yeah.
pick and choose for people. I don't think I ever put out a mass like Twitter or anything like that. I don't think I ever I retweet and I tweet. I don't need like circles where it's like, well, I just want this message to go to this circle. I just want this one to go to this. No,
you can have a family circle. You can have a friend circle.
Why don't I just fucking punch somebody's name up and go, all right, they're in my family. Who cares?
You know what? You can have a circle for underage gals.
I don't. No, that's crazy. No circles.
No circles.
No
How about
circles.
squares? How you feel about
circles.
squares?
No, Google doing squares.
Why didn't they go squares?
No, it's ridiculous. Google Plus.
Why not squares, Fezzy? Why not squares?
Hey there, Fez.
Jimmy's mad again.
Uh-oh.
Just thinking about the great Grammy ceremony.
What happened?
Where they allowed that fucking piece of shit
Oh, yeah.
to perform. I'm just
Brown?
reading Chris Brown's.
Chris Brown.
I just
Team
love the
Breezy.
There was you're talking about the police report, and they said if this could be trusted, like there's a little suspicion.
I bet it can.
This might.
what?
Maybe people are just scared. They want to make sure this is real.
I'm putting all my credibility on it.
This police report?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What do we know about it?
I don't. Well, maybe where's this from?
I don't know. I don't know, sir. I don't know.
I don't know, sir.
I don't know, sir.
I'll check one time, sir.
Let me
no,
check,
sir.
sir.
You're not on the list, sir.
I don't see it here, sir. We were doing that before the
Yes.
show, right?
Yes, sir. Oh.
God damn it, Travis.
Travis
He's no shit. You know shit, Travis.
I know everything.
What about this
It's got
police report?
circles.
It's real.
It is real?
That specific printout is from MTV News. So if
fuck.
it's not
It's
real,
gotta be true.
I
Wow.
mean, MTV News isn't
Hey,
really one to just.
You got circles?
I mean,
Where you at with
I
circles?
made circles a few months ago when Google Plus came out. You're in one of my circles,
You're in one of my circles.
but I don't do anything on Google Plus.
You're in one of my circles.
I feel honored.
Oh.
But yeah, I'm
here's a
pretty
police
sure
report.
that's legit.
So if this is MTV, fuck. They're brave enough. No, they're not brave enough, is what I'm saying. So if they're printing this, that means it's probably legit.
They're not going to run with a rumored, maybe leaked police report.
nah.
Well, nah.
I'll say this. This is what we have is called the police report. I don't know for 100% fact if it is or not, but it seems legit, and it just goes to show you how they really, when they penalize people for saying fucked up things, and then this guy is asked to perform 3 songs, and it's just mind-boggling.
Yeah.
Fucking mind-boggling.
Yeah, it's all fucked up.
Are
out
black
there.
people expected to commit domestic violence? Like, is that why the music industry and entertainment industry just looks beyond it? Are blacks
Interesting.
expected to be violent by the industry? Like on Good Morning America, didn't he throw a fucking, like, break a window or something?
Yeah, he was very tense.
Yeah, because they want to bring up this shit.
Yeah, like, why is that acceptable?
Sorry, people aren't ready to move on from the fact that you beat the shit out of Rihanna.
Yeah, he like ripped off his shirt and trashed his entire dressing room.
Yeah,
and-
but it's like, sorry, people are going to ask you. You're in the fucking public eye.
doesn't that kind of show that you're not rehabilitated?
Yeah.
Of course.
And isn't that just, it's amazing how they just look beyond that. Dog the Bounty Hunter said nigger in a private phone conversation. And he's a dick. He sounded like a dick.
Yeah.
But oh my God, the outrage.
Yeah.
The outrage.
Yeah.
What do we got here, Jimmy?
Not that he belongs at the Grammys, but, you know.
Do we have to read the whole thing? Where do we go?
Well,
There's a lot here, man.
Yeah, I mean,
So let's start from the beginning.
I
Fuck
normally
it.
highlight things, but
It's that good.
It just would have all been.
I thought you just
highlighted.
got lazy with the highlighting
No.
today,
Oh, no.
Travis.
No,
He's the
shit.
highlighting kid.
That means everything's good here.
The entire page and a half is the police report, and he's just a scumbag.
Jimmy, you want this or what?
If this is what we have. Court documents released Thursday revealed details about the case against Chris Brown, including a police statement that the incident began when Rihanna, her real name is Robin Rihanna Fenty, found a text on Brown's cell phone from a woman who Brown had had a previous sexual relationship with. Now, this is saying...
So that'll
I don't
cause-
know if this is the police report or a summation of the police report, or
Right.
or I don't know.
Well, no, this is what it is this is probably the MTV article.
Oh, okay.
So, you know, they're going to add some shit. And then you get some of the statements from the police report down here. That's
says-
what I see.
A search warrant used by police for cell phone records related to the case included the sworn statement by the detective, which he detailed happened on the early. Okay, Brown was driving a vehicle with Robin F. as the front passenger on an unknown street.
That's Rihanna once again.
Yes. Robin F. picked up Brown's cell phone and observed a 3-page text from a woman who Brown had previous sexual relationship with. All right, so they're boyfriend and girlfriend. Obviously, she finds
This
something.
will cause a situation.
Yeah, huge fight.
Obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Brown was driving. A verbal argument ensued, and Brown pulled the vehicle over on an unknown street, reached over to Robin with his right hand, opened the car door, and attempted to force her out. Brown was unable to force her out of the vehicle because she was wearing a seatbelt. When he could not force her to exit, he took his right hand and shoved her head against the passenger window, causing an approximate 1-inch raised circular contusion. Robin F. continued to face Brown, and he punched her in the left eye with his right hand. He then drove away in the vehicle and continued to punch her in the face with his right hand while steering the vehicle with his left. The assault caused Robin F.'s mouth to fill with blood and blood to splatter all over her clothing and the interior of the vehicle.
Jerking off over here.
I'm starting to think we should allow texting and driving, because, man, this guy's able to punch a bitch and drive at the same time.
And drive.
Why can't I get a little LOL out there every once in a while?
No, don't say punch a bitch, because you'll get in trouble for that.
Right.
Like
true.
when homeless Charlie did jokes about raping the Queen of England. We got in trouble for that.
Right.
We weren't invited to appear on a nationally televised award show.
Right.
Probably because we don't have the talent to be on an award show.
Well,
but
true.
that aside.
Well, that aside, sure.
You know, good thing things are.
But this guy's multitasking is the point I'm making.
Out.
Unfucking believable.
It's not unbelievable, though.
No.
They were shocked that the radio station would allow such things to air. But I guess in the eyes of entertainment in general, this is not shocking behavior. Because why?
And I'm sure. I'm sure a lot of this was known for the people that are involved with the Grammys. They know this shit. They must know this shit.
Well, if I'm reading it, like if these are accurate details,
this has been out there a while.
Then they know it.
Yes.
Brown looked to Robin F. and said, "I'm going to beat the shit out of you when we get home. You wait and see."
What had he been doing to her?
Yeah. I don't like the fact he said, "You wait and see," like he's in a 1950s movie.
You wait and see.
You wait and see, huh?
What a fucking dick.
The detective said Robin then used her cell phone to call a personal assistant who did not answer. Robin F. pretended to talk to her and said, "I'm on my way home. Make sure the police are there when I get there." After she faked the call, Brown looked at her and stated, "You just did the stupidest thing ever. Now I'm really going to kill you." Brown resumed punching Robin F., and then she interlocked her fingers behind her head and brought her elbows forward to protect her face. She then bent over at the waist, placing her elbows and face near her lap in an attempt to protect her face and head from the barrage of punches being levied upon her by Chris Brown. Brown continued to punch Robin F. on the left arm and hand, causing her to suffer a contusion on her left tricep. That was approximately 2 inches in diameter and numerous contusions on her left hand. She then attempted to send a text message to her other personal assistant. Brown snatched the cell phone out of her hand and threw it out the window onto an unknown street. So if worse, he's a litterer. At best case, he's a litterer.
Is that phone still out there somewhere?
I hope so. No, I
Some
imagine
homeless
someone
guys probably got it.
Yeah. I thought my litterer joke would do better, but I fucked up when I said at best, at worst, whatever.
And once again, Robin F. is Rihanna, if you're just tuning in. Go ahead.
Brown continued driving, and Robin F. observed his cellular phone sitting in his lap. She picked up the phone with her left hand, and before she could make a call, he placed her in a headlock with his right hand and continued to drive with his left. Once again, you're right, this guy can multitask behind the wheel. Oh, we shouldn't make fun of it. Don't make fun of it, because we'll get in more trouble than he actually got into for beating the shit out of her. And I don't mean with the law, I mean in entertainment as a whole. Maybe we should be invited on to Good Morning America. Oh, that's right. That's right. Brown pulled her closer to him and bit her on her left ear. She was able to feel the vehicle swerving from right to left as Brown sped away. He stopped the vehicle in front of and Robin F. turned off the car, removed the ignition, and sat on it. Oh, all right. Brown did not know what she did with the key and began punching her in the face and arms. He then placed her in a headlock, positioning the front of her throat between his bicep and forearm, kind of like John Jones did me.
Yeah.
Brown began applying pressure to Robin F.'s left and right, how do you say carotid, or how do you say that word?
Carotid
arteries.
Yes.
Causing her to be unable to breathe, and she began to lose consciousness.
Jesus.
She reached up with her left hand and began attempting to gouge his eyes in an attempt to free herself. Brown bit her left ring and middle fingers and then released her. While Brown continued to punch her, she turned around and placed her back against the passenger door. She brought her knees to her chest, placed her feet against Brown's body, and began pushing him away. Brown continued to punch her on the legs and feet, causing several contusions. Robin F. began screaming for help, and Brown exited the vehicle and walked away. A resident in the neighborhood heard her plea, At the end of the statement, Andrews, who I think is the detective, said Brown sent a text message 9 days later apologizing. In the text message, he apologized and advised he was going for help. So I guess that's great Grammy performances. So I guess that's what the entertainment industry kind of expects black men to do. It's the only reason I can think of why that behavior is penalized less by entertainment than saying fucked up things.
And it's not only that, because I've seen people online, and Andy Levy has gotten into brawls with his fans.
Sure.
And what I see is a bunch of black women defending the living shit out of this guy. And just spewing venom at anybody who insults, Team Breezy.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's astounding.
Yeah, it's not, though. So I guess that's what's expected. That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah. It's got to be.
It's disgusting.
It's got to be that.
It really is disgusting. What a fucking idiots.
Please.
Yeah, but they're pretty much forgiving him at this point. And then there's rumors that Rihanna and Chris Brown, What's the rumor, Sam? You're in that world. They might be back together or thinking about it.
Those rumors have been, surfacing a little bit. They've been seen together and clubbing together.
They're both fucking idiots.
Well, if they are, then she's as unless there's a lot there. One thing is, did she hit him first? Like, there's a lot that's not mentioned that maybe happened. Like, I can't say that she didn't belt him first.
You got to think she's just ridiculously stupid.
If she is, she deserves what she gets. And I'm saying that if she's back with him, she deserves what she gets.
You know what you're going to get?
Yeah, that's stupid. If you get with a guy who's already beaten you up and you're already out of it and you're free, you're a dummy who deserves what you get. If that's true.
Jeez,
man. Wow.
Team Breezy. Motherfucker.
Yeah, it's amazing if you insult him that his fans get very upset.
His fans get upset, and his female fans.
The same people, by the way, and again, I hate to keep going back to this, but those are the same, probably female fans who are very offended at nappy-headed hoes.
Oh,
who for some reason think it's cool to back him up. It's just...
There's no logic, reason, or anything behind what goes on. I have no clue.
Isn't this great?
See?
Isn't this great?
All right.
Terrible.
Why don't we break here? Do something. Eat some oatmeal. Think about what we're going to do next.
Oh, Floyd Mayweather slammed Linsanity on Twitter because he said it was a hype due to race. Well, we never see that the other way around, do we, Floyd?
Oh, God.
Don't we like Floyd?
Shut up.
Floyd's been in here, right?
Yeah, he was all right. He was kind of a fucking too hip for the room guy with his sunglasses on.
Oh, yeah. Right.
He said, let me say, Jeremy Lin's a good player, but all the hype is because he's Asian. Black players do what he does every night and don't get the same praise.
That's stupid.
But it's also kind of true. It is kind of true.
No, it's not kind of true. Lynn came out of nowhere. This story's different than what's going on. It's a very different story. Because here's a guy, it doesn't make sense. He played for Harvard. No one gives a shit about Harvard in college basketball. And then he's sort of in the league, and no one really picks him up. Then he plays NBA summer basketball, and the Knicks just go, we kind of need a point guard. So they pick him up December 27th, and then he's the starting guard, and they've won 7 in a row. And for most of those games, he's scored over 20 points. This is a very unique story.
But it's also because...
And I don't know a black point guard right now is putting up numbers like Jeremy Lin just did in the last 7 games.
But there are very, very few Asian stars in the NBA. It's more interesting because he looks different than anybody in the league. So all of a sudden there's this Asian guy...
I don't see the race thing in this, sorry.
Oh, I do.
I guess it helps the story because there's not a lot of Asian guys in the NBA.
Right.
But this kid has come out of nowhere. When a black basketball player, is doing exactly what he's doing, you've known the guy's name since high school. No one knows who this Jeremy Lin guy was 2 weeks ago.
But I don't see this as being racist though, because he's not saying fuck him. He's saying that there's all this hype around him. Because when's the last time the team went on a 6-game winning streak in the middle of the season?
7.
Or 7. And they're acting like it's Jordan.
No, it's 7 games in a row with a guy that wasn't proven in the NBA on a team that lost their 2 big stars to injury. Well, not injury. Stoudemire's brother died, and Carmelo Anthony had a groin injury. This is a very unique story.
It is.
Way more than race, in my opinion.
It's a part of it. It's like saying Tiger Woods' race is never... the fact that he was a black guy doing what he did. Made it more interesting because he was a black guy playing golf as well. I mean, it didn't take away from his talent. No one's saying Jeremy Lin doesn't deserve the praise.
Maybe the race thing will come into it more as this continues because there's not a lot of Asians in the NBA. But I think the fact that this came out of nowhere is way bigger than race at this point.
Didn't you see, you just say all those Asians that are coming to the games now that weren't there before?
Right.
That's because they're feeling the hype too. They're showing it in Chinatown. So it is part of it.
Everyone's coming to the table.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many people I've talked to in the last week or so that said, I'm a Knicks fan again. We haven't heard that in years.
Yeah.
I wasn't a Knicks fan. I'm officially saying, I'm a Knicks fan because of what this kid is doing. Period.
When Arabu came to the Yankees, there was a lot of hype around him because he was a decent pitcher, but there was so much hype because there weren't that many Asian guys doing it.
Right.
So
But they knew who he was. He was proven in Japan, wasn't he? At that point?
Yeah, he was the Japanese Nolan Ryan.
Jeremy Lin, no one wanted him this past summer, basically. No one wanted him.
Yeah.
No one wanted him. And there's... I don't get this one.
It just happens sometimes, I guess.
You don't just
falls through the cracks.
You just don't, you don't come out of nowhere and just start scoring 20, over 20 points a game.
Yeah.
And over 10 assists in most of these games.
It's got to be so odd to be Asian. Every TV I look at, whenever I see an Asian guy, I think it's the Lin story. It's like politicians and
you know how
some
racist
writer
that
from the
is?
New York Times. And I look over here, like any Asian guy I see now is like, oh, it's the story's about.
But they
Lin.
even know they all look alike. That's why they tried dyeing their hair.
Yeah.
I want to look different.
My favorite, by the way, are the young Japanese men in. And then they have the mullet, and then the spiked up hair that's blonde, and it's like America, rock and roll.
They want to be recognized.
It's
They're sick
hilarious.
of looking like every other person walking down the street. But you say that, us saying it today is we're taking a risk.
Nothing funnier also than an Asian guy with like a blonde perm. It's hilarious. Stop it.
Why are they calling you arrogant? You want this, Jimmy?
Yes, I do.
I'm sorry.
Put it on.
I just made it obvious that we have
What?
to go for the call. I didn't mean to do that. Mark in Hoboken, what's up? Why is Jimmy arrogant?
Hello?
Mark, Hoboken.
Hey.
Move the fucking car already, stupid.
Hello, sir.
Right. This guy sounds...
Hey, sir, this is Arrogant Jim trying to get you to focus here.
Mark.
Get the fucking car out of the way, you fucking jerk off.
Is he performing
Is
for
this
us?
are you doing
I
a
don't know.
bit?
Mark.
Are you being wacky?
Motherfucker.
You're being wacky, dude? What are you doing?
Mark.
Just hang up on him.
Mark.
Go to someone else who thinks I'm arrogant. I'm sure there's someone else there.
No, there isn't.
Oh, what an asshole
the
this
guy-
guy. He's doing a bit.
Mark, your bit sucks.
As do you.
All right,
Hope
let me
he hits an
say hi to
abutment.
Jamie in Virginia. Jamie.
Hey, I don't know if you guys noticed also on Twitter, Spike Lee is defending Jeremy Lin against Floyd Mayweather, which is kind of odd because he's usually pro-black on this.
He's a big Nick fan, Spike Lee.
Huge, yeah.
But I don't think, to me, saying that that's part of the hype doesn't take away from this guy being a great player or doing amazing things. But if it wasn't part of the hype, they wouldn't be showing it in Chinatown.
Yeah,
there is a tie-in where, like, wow, we don't see Asian guys doing this very often. That doesn't mean he's not as good as everyone is saying.
I see what you're saying. It is absolutely part of the hype now that I think about it, but what is going on is way bigger than the racist thing.
Yeah, he's an amazing...
the racial angle,
He's a
whatever you
great
wanna call it.
player who came out of nowhere. That's a huge piece of the story.
I know a little bit about basketball. I grew up with it. The kid has really good fundamentals, and he really has skills.
Right.
And I just don't understand how all these scouts just didn't notice this shit. That's what confuses me. This isn't the turn of the century, meaning like whenever basketball started, let's say, where maybe they didn't have it all figured out, where
Right.
a player could come out of nowhere. These guys, they have scouts. This is all they do is look at basketball players. And
Yeah.
no one noticed that this kid was this good. And he's 6'3". It's not like he's small. Because sometimes that prevents a team or a scout from looking at a kid.
Right.
He's 6'3". That's maybe slightly small. Slightly, maybe. But really not going to be a problem on the court.
But I will say this is where Mayweather is kind of an ass.
He's blown off the skills part.
Right.
That's his problem.
And he's also saying black players do what he does every night and don't get the same praise. I got to disagree. To say that black players don't get the proper praise in the NBA,
That's crazy.
it's a little silly, Floyd.
Right.
Really? Do black players not get their due in the NBA?
Yeah, you got to relax. The reason why everyone's... I got to say again, and I apologize. The reason why everyone is in on this is because he came out of nowhere. A lot of black players you don't even have to say black. Just about 99.9% of the NBA players
are black.
Black and don't come out of nowhere. They don't come out of nowhere. I got to keep stressing that.
And there was no hype around LeBron James while he was still in high school.
Right.
Like, what are you talking about?
And he didn't come out of nowhere. They knew who, most people that know basketball knew LeBron James when he was about 15 to 16 years old. They already knew him. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. He's not concentrated. It's like, I think he got it half right. A lot more hype because he's Asian, but to say that black players don't get the same praise is simply nonsense.
Right.
Almost every player in the NBA who's praised is black.
Last athlete to come out of nowhere, according to Jimmy James in New Hampshire, Tom Brady. This doesn't happen a lot in sports.
Tebow
didn't come out of nowhere.
What?
Oh, that's right, college. That's right. Yeah,
everyone knew Tebow in college. He was
true.
a great college quarterback, but they just weren't sure his skills were, gonna translate to the NFL game. That's what that problem was. And then he's proven everyone wrong, but it still doesn't make sense because he doesn't really put up the numbers for the hype. But he won. He won a lot of games for the Broncos. So. Let's go to Queen Elizabeth. We were going to go to break, but now, man, we got the people talking out there.
Oh, shit.
I like the Queen Elizabeth on Twitter. How are you, Queen?
Thank you.
Hello.
I was just calling about the Chris Brown thing. Sherry Shepherd from The View, the one who doesn't understand that the world is not flat.
Right.
She was going on defending how he's a role model because he took responsibility and, for kids, and I'm like...
Of course.
Really? He had to take responsibility. He was arrested.
Yeah. And then he broke a window at Good Morning America. I guess that's taking responsibility.
And you gotta look at the source. I will say that Sherry Shepherd is the dumbest broad on TV.
I'm serious.
And I don't even know who comes in second. This
almost to the point of retardation.
She is dumb. I don't know why they allow her on that View.
That's why.
Because she's that stupid.
Yeah, and I was tweeting all the Team Breezies yesterday, and they are so painfully dumb. One didn't even understand sarcasm. When I retweeted, I pulled an Anthony, and I retweeted what she wrote, and then I added something else, and she didn't even realize that I added something derogatory, and retweeted and was like, oh, thanks for your support. And I'm like, really?
Well, we got the clip from The View.
Oh, good.
Sherry Shepherd. Hold on the line there, Queen Elizabeth, with an S instead of a Z, so you get some followers today.
Yes.
All right, let's hear this.
Sherry, I know that you've seen some of these tweets. What's your opinion?
Yeah, it seemed like he was very warmly embraced by the Grammys, but what concerned me was a few of the tweets that some girls put out. I think we got them. I don't have, but let me see. Oh, gosh, some people put out tweets that Chris Brown can beat me all he wants to. I'd do anything to have him. Oh, my.
That was typical.
There was another dude, Chris Brown can punch me in the face as much as he wants to, just as long as he kisses it. Then somebody else, they did tweet, it makes me sick that if you can sing like Chris Brown, you can beat women half to death and other women will still love you. So that was a rebuttal. That concerned me about these women, putting out these kind of tweets. Because I've defended Chris Brown and said that I thought he deserved another chance. I still do think he deserves another chance. We shouldn't just, throw him out because of one mistake and just it's over.
Pause. One mistake. You almost killed a bitch.
Punching a bitch ain't one mistake.
Holy fuck. Wake up, Sherry Shepherd.
Something that goes on and on.
It wasn't like he didn't pay parking tickets or something.
Unbelievable.
I can't believe that was the first time he beat her.
I don't know if it was or not. I'll say this, though. Somebody tweeted me that Glenn Campbell broke, I want to say Tanya Tucker's jaw.
Yeah, Tanya Tucker.
Or there's, and Sean Connery's had a lot of domestic violence things, so it's like,
I'll slap a bitch.
It does happen to a lot of people who continue. So it's like, I don't want to see the guy's life ruined if he really did turn himself around, but he still seems like a dick.
Although as a woman, if you're going to get slapped, I'd rather be slapped by Sean Connery.
You know what? But giving someone another chance, fine. But he just doesn't seem like
but don't
fucking
hold him
sorry about what he did.
Give him another chance, but don't hold him up like he's a role model. Like, if your daughter brought him home, I'm sure they wouldn't be thrilled.
I've never had the feeling that Chris Brown feels bad about what he did.
No, he doesn't.
That's I think the problem with most of the people. You know, yeah, okay, give someone a second chance, sure.
Yeah.
But this
when
guy
he threw his
hasn't.
little temper tantrum over at Good Morning America, broke a window.
Right.
Yeah, he's real sorry.
Right.
He's an asshole.
All right. Thank you, Elizabeth.
All right, goodbye.
You want the rest of that clip?
Oh, yeah, I want to hear this fucking idiot.
One mistake and just it's over. But these girls, I think these girls, it concerns me even more than Chris Brown. It's deeper of your self-worth. What do you think you're worth? Either A, you've been in this situation and it's not bothering you, or B, you've never been in this situation and you don't understand what it feels like to get punched in the face.
Well, why are we also? I agree. You should be hard. You know, you should be hard on women to like rev up and get some esteem. But also, I think it's interesting to kind of be so loose on Chris Brown at the same time, right? So I think if two things need to happen at once.
Do you think we're being loose on Chris Brown?
No, I
don't think so.
I think you're loose. Look, if it was your daughter, I don't think you'd be, I don't think you'd be saying
Sherry, was it Chris Brown himself who said that he thought that because he's reformed or whatever, that he should be considered a role model?
He said if you've moved past your mistakes, you could be. Now, what is a role model? A role model, a person who's a kid who may be an A student who's doing well may need a different type of role model. Chris Brown may not be his role model. But there may be a child in a situation of going through abuse. That's what Chris Brown has gone through. Okay. His mother was abused right in front of his very eyes 6 years before this happened to Rihanna. He used to wet his pants from the fear. He was a victim. He became an offender. He did what the courts told him to do. He went to 152 weeks a year of abuse, domestic prevention, counseling. If you got a child in that situation, you may see Chris Brown as a role model. Role models are different people to different
He is to different folks. You know what? And I hope that these young women realize that this is probably not the right way to tweet. You like Chris Brown, make it about you like Chris Brown. Bad jokes about getting punched in the face. If you've never been punched, you don't know what you're talking about. So just adjust yourself.
I don't hate what she said.
No, I don't either, because different role models are different for different people.
Right.
It's almost like what she's really saying is if you grow up in the fucking ghetto, in a bad situation.
You have a great excuse then, right?
No, but if you've watched that your whole life, and then you see a guy like Chris Brown who did it, and then comes out and says, look, don't do that, I fucked up, and change your life. That is much more of a role model for a guy growing up in that situation than some guy who gets A's in school who's just not a tangible. I understand that there's different people serve as role models for different reasons.
But more of the stories coming out, which makes it way more horrific than we initially thought. So that's
if
why
you pistol
people
whip somebody instead of shoot them, you're a role model to somebody that would shoot somebody. It just seems to me that was an excuse for him.
No, not if you do that. It depends on what you do after. Like, if you come out, and if again, it's a big if, you say what I did was wrong, it was fucked up, I shouldn't have done it, and you complete whatever counseling you're supposed to complete, and then you move on with your life in a decent way. If that happens, then you're a role model to a guy who is likely who has pistol whipped somebody, who thinks that's the only way he's ever going to live. He can go, you know what? All right, there is a way to fucking...
No, I think if you pound the shit out of a woman's face like that, it's just, you have some kind of deep-seated thing in you that just can't go away. If you ever had the ability to do that, you're fucked up.
Man, I've been in that situation where I haven't done it.
Did you do it?
No, but I was sober.
See?
But I was sober. Like, I don't know if he was sober or not. And I know I sound like I'm backtracking what I said before, but I've been so angry at a woman like who is inciting it that I've wanted to punch her in the face. And what kept me from doing it was the fact that I am sober. And I had that barricade. Like, thank God I had that.
Yeah.
But if I'd had a few drinks or if I didn't have sobriety, like, I don't know, man.
No, I don't know. I just see it as him fucking being a piece of shit. He's a piece of shit.
I strongly feel he would do it again.
Maybe. He might.
I don't think he's reformed.
I don't either.
I'm only saying, I'm not saying he is either. That's the only reason I can kind of see what she's saying is valid, even if it's not in his case. Sometimes if you're fucked up and you're not... It's like how many guys come out of prison and are considered role models, don't do what I did. There's a lot of reformed convicts who actually go out and speak and go on these tours, and they murdered people.
Sure. And I guess we're not past this because of all the new details. That's why this is hot again. And to your point, the Grammy people certainly must have known the details of this.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, they knew.
They must have been in a tough fucking position. He lip syncs anyway, man.
Does he? Oh no!
When he performs,
that's even worse.
Where's
than
his talent,
beating.
Sam? Come on.
He's a good dancer.
Who cares?
Is he?
People who like dance, that's a talent.
No, it's not.
Dancing's not a talent?
No.
Okay.
Name one dancer.
Chris Brown?
No. In the pros.
That chick who was in here with Chris Jericho from Dancing with the Stars?
That's the best you could do. That chick.
Michael Jackson?
No. He wasn't in the pros.
What's the pros?
Dancing pros. You can't name one.
I didn't know
they have a whole league and everything.
Oh, I don't watch sports.
Someone is saying, according to an article, you know what? Fuck. This bothers me. Will, go ahead.
Yeah, going back to Jeremy Lin real quick. I read an article a couple of days ago online stating that they interviewed his high school coach, Jeremy Lin's high school coach, and he blatantly says that all the scouts coming to the high school from colleges would just overlook him based on the fact that he was Asian, and they would go ahead and pay more attention to the black basketball athletes that were less capable than Lin. And this is his high school coach speaking.
I would have to read the article because I that's hard to believe, because when you get an international player, it just brings that whole nation into your, whether it's your college program, they're going to be interested in it, or your pro team.
I don't
from
have
a marketing standpoint,
it's definitely online.
dude. Because of Jeremy Lin, every Asian in the world, not just in New York, wants to fucking that are interested in sports are going to be watching the Knicks now. That's massive business for the Knicks.
Somebody tweeted, so I've got a couple tweets on this too. Jeremy Lin scored more points in his first 5 games as a starter than any NBA player has ever scored in their first 5 games. So no one is saying that this guy isn't extremely skilled or doesn't deserve the attention he's getting. There's a difference between saying all this hype is because he's Asian and a part of it. There's a huge difference. It's like, because Asian people wouldn't take interest if he was just another black guy playing a great game of ball.
You got all the Asians because of that, certainly.
Because of that.
But the sports people understand that this is just a special thing that came out of nowhere.
I'm more interested because he's Asian. I think it's cool to... Yeah, because I think it's cool. Like, I love the fact that Tiger Woods was a black guy doing in golf what most black guys weren't doing in golf. I love the fact that an Asian guy is kicking ass on the court when you don't see that very often. It's just something different. And he did it right. He's doing it legitimately, and it's through his skill. I like seeing it.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna find that article, Will. Thank you.
Yep.
All right.
Who's got time for a kiss? No kidding.
Whoa. Hey. Let's. Oh boy. Awkward. D-Rock, just hit anything.
Sirius XM. This is the Opie and Anthony Show.
Jimmy left the show. He's had it. He's out of here. So it's me and Ann, I guess.
That's it, huh?
Yeah, that was it. That's how it ended.
Jimmy's like, I've had it.
That was it.
I'm out of here.
That was it, sir. Walking Dead guy, Andrew Lincoln, coming in about an hour from right now.
Yeah, it was. I didn't know he's English.
Is he English?
Yeah, he's one of those actors that pull off that American thing.
Wow,
and
really?
Then, they come in and they're like, hello. Hello.
I don't get that.
Hip hip, cheerio.
Because then
Walking Dead, eh?
Because then we do the English accent, everyone laughs at us. Like, no, that's not an English accent.
I know.
Then how do we look at the guy and go, wow, that's an American? You don't even say an American accent.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't either.
So what else is going on?
It's crazy.
What else is going on?
Oh, man. Nothing much in a day. You know? I'm like, I'm really sorting through it, and it's like, I slept pretty good.
I know.
And then he was on Twitter last night just fucking off.
Yeah.
Watching some more hoarders and other fucking idiots that I just can't get enough of. I don't know why I continue to watch something that I get so angry with. The hoarders just are angering. This woman, she had chronic fatigue syndrome. And I was joking last week about the woman that, I have fibromyalgia. And this other pig, she's got...
What's chronic fatigue?
It's when you're sleepy and you're weak, but the doctors don't know why, so they just call it chronic fatigue syndrome. And she's like, it upsets me because I can't, move around the house, so I just throw things around. Oh, really?
Is that
how it happens?
If I sat one of those people down, you would learn this. They don't drink enough water, and they eat like shit.
Yes.
Well, and they probably have apnea, too, so they're probably not getting the proper sleep at night when they do lay down.
I don't believe in that chronic fatigue thing.
No. Oh, well.
I really don't. I dated a girl with chronic fatigue.
She was just bored with you, Sam.
Yeah. Sam dated a girl with chronic fatigue?
She was talking, you were talking, she would yawn. Is that what happened?
See,
wait a minute. Didn't you say you just dated black chicks?
Being children of the 80s.
Oh, boy.
Officially, all three of us are children of the 80s. We didn't have chronic fatigue growing up.
And he's wrong. She smoked chronic and had fatigue afterwards.
Yep. She liked the Snoop Doggy Dog.
No, so this woman was all like she couldn't do anything, or that was her excuse. Whenever they're laying in a pile of shit and cat shit and garbage, it's always some fucking hazy kind of medical problem that keeps them from keeping their own place clean.
Mm-hmm.
But boy, they could get up and run when someone's trying to throw away a fucking tin, a coffee tin from fucking 1992.
Are you saying that fatigue goes away real quickly?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
They start running. They're going through my stuff. They're throwing away my treasures. It's garbage, you creep.
Let's ask Sam. Chronic fatigue, do you believe it?
Yes.
Oh, God. Why? I mean, some ex had it. Get over it.
It exists. I
Oh,
mean,
you're a
What is
queer.
it?
Shut up.
I'm tired all the time. I don't call it chronic fatigue. I call it this show and alcohol.
it's not being sleepy. You don't fall asleep with chronic fatigue. I mean, people
What
can
is
have-
it?
What is it?
What is this shit?
It's when it's similar to fibromyalgia,
Exactly. Fuck fibromyalgia.
Yes.
Right in its butt.
but it's if you actually have
I'm listening,
it.
Sam.
Okay.
What?
If you actually have chronic fatigue,
Isn't this great?
it's not great.
All right, what? I'm
You have
listening.
to eat the right foods, otherwise you don't have energy. You collapse, like you literally.
Oh,
Like,
really?
like
What?
every person.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, if
exactly.
you don't eat,
No,
you collapse. That's
like-
what a medical problem. You know what the cure is? Food.
Not if you. I didn't say if you don't eat. I
Rock
said-
will never get that.
like if you eat carbohydrates,
He eats all the time.
because it's a short burst of energy.
Yeah.
It wears off quickly, and you'll end up to the point where you can't walk.
Oh, yeah. What's the medical shit behind that? What's the cause?
I don't know, but I've
I
seen-
don't think they know what it is. Ooh,
What
it's
are
all
you talking
vague.
about? You didn't describe chronic fatigue. You just described eating shitty.
Yes.
It's not eating shitty. If you
Everyone
eat-
knows if you
So if
have
you-
a plate of pasta, you're going to have a boost energy.
If you
but
have
if you're not
pasta-
eating
okay.
correctly all the time, then sure.
If you have pasta for dinner, will you be able to walk around 20 minutes later without worrying about collapsing on the floor? Like, will you be able to move?
Oh, boy.
What?
Yes, it would probably be the answer.
What happens?
That's what happens when you don't have chronic
It's a way to get disability, and it's a way to keep from having any responsibility of doing anything. Cleaning your house, it's a built-in fucking
What-
excuse.
Yeah, why are we giving all these people excuses? Why are we labeling a whole bunch of things that they could go, yep, I got that?
Chronic fatigue. Get off your ass.
Well, I think a lot of people use it as an excuse, but I mean, I saw this person collapse in my garage and collapse down my stairs.
She
and-
wanted attention.
Exactly.
She collapsed on a concrete
You're picking
floor.
weird girls to
That's-
go out with.
Probably diabetic or something.
You probably had to, your dad was probably drugging her and fucking her. Your dad would say the world's greatest treat. He'd slip her a Mickey.
Put a roofie in that fucking buttermilk.
Yeah. Did you ever hear your dad and your parents argue and like they would think you were at home and he'd go, "You just don't fuck like a black broad." He would yell that at your mom.
Sam comes running in, and every time the father has to say, "No, she just spilt buttermilk on her face."
Yeah, that's why he ate buttermilk.
Yeah.
It was a cover up because he was drugging and sodomizing all your girlfriends, and they would have buttermilk on their heinies.
How'd they get buttermilk in their ass crack? Yeah.
You'd go out with a girl that would just fall down?
She collapsed, like in high school, she
Shut up.
collapsed out of her desk.
Of course she did. Everybody noticed her. She sucks.
Was she anorexic?
No, not at all.
So,
wrong with her?
so she wanted attention.
She couldn't stand up.
Oh, stop it. Just stop it.
You don't believe that, Ed?
No.
We come from different generations. I can't buy into a lot of this stuff.
Excuse.
Well, I saw it. I mean,
Yeah, but
it's
you're
not
a
a matter
part of that that generation where everyone gets a trophy shit.
I don't know
Where
about
we have
trophies.
to take care of
Just-
everybody.
You saw it, but yeah, people see it because they do it. And I'm not even saying that all the time. It's this calculated, oh, I'm going to fall down right now. It's some kind of mental thing.
You want to talk to a doctor?
It's mental.
And not the doctor. We go with Liz today, a female
right.
doctor. Ooh, I like
Alrighty.
female
Let's
doctors.
do that.
Hi, Liz.
Hi, how are you?
All right.
Hello.
I was hoping for a sexier voice, but
Yeah, it's
I'm doing
okay.
okay. What's up, Liz?
Sorry. Well, chronic fatigue is pretty rare, but it is associated with a virus called Epstein-Barr virus.
Oh, we heard about Epstein-Barr, another fake
I used to
fucking
drink
thing.
there.
The Epstein-Barr.
With Juan Epstein at the bar. Go ahead, you keep talking. Go ahead.
I will keep talking.
Ooh.
It is a real virus. It's really rare, though. Real, true chronic fatigue is rare.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Everyone seems to know.
Fibromyalgia is real as well. You can check titers. It's an autoimmune disorder, but again, it's that those people are known as the biggest pain in the ass in your practice that you could ever have.
Because they fucking whine and they complain. They don't do anything.
Oh, I wish I could do this, but my fibromyalgia.
There's always we call it a comorbidity with a psychiatric problem. You always find a psychiatric problem with those people.
You do, right? Called laziness.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
And they're all fat. Boy, they got the energy to chew, don't they?
Hey, we got hold on, Liz. We got a doctor in Chicago that wants in on this too. So we got two doctors. I just wanted to show the world that we have doctors. That listen.
We have smart.
I don't even know if Jim.
I love your show.
All right, stay
you
there.
do.
Stay there, Liz. We got Jim, another doctor in Chicago.
Yeah, how you guys doing?
Hey.
Fibromyalgia and chronic fatigue syndrome is just it's a disease of entitlement. Man, I bet if you go to sub-Saharan Africa, they don't have these problems.
That's what I'm thinking.
You have better things to worry about if you're trying to survive.
Yeah, no, I mean, and the whole...
Meaning you could cure your own fucking illness, basically.
Yep.
Or learn how to live with it.
Word.
Why can't we learn how to live with shit in America?
They probably don't survive in sub-Saharan Africa.
They survive, Sam.
Everybody wants doctors and everybody to save them from this stuff. And if we fail, then they just give up.
Yes. I love your cooking show, Miss Childs. Sorry. Silly Julia Childs.
Look at socioeconomic status and unemployment and public assistance, the percentage of those patients or those people, these quote, diseases skyrocket, right? So how often do you see a CEO or a guy that has a real job and a family and is happy with his life that starts complaining about his fibromyalgia?
Oh, yeah. I know. And it's like when someone comes in your office with that form, oh, no, you're going to hear that whole story.
What's the story?
The story is I need this disability because I have this pain over here, and
it hurts here.
It's like
there,
you see me. I'm at work. I go to work every day. I have a headache. I have a backache. I don't look for a disability. You know.
I don't know about you, but I can listen to doctors talk all day long.
Yes. Just back and forth. Do you both concur?
Yeah,
do you concur?
Are they talking shop on our radio show?
I concur.
Right.
The last thing I would want to point out is that most of these diseases are also created, are fostered or whatever by the fucking drug companies.
Oh, it's the drug companies again.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
evil.
That's
They're
true.
evil.
We do
true.
We do have another opinion.
Yeah.
If you want, my doctor, Dr. Chipperson, says
Dr. Chipperson. Oh, I want to talk to him.
it's fibromyalgia, but if you have it, it's fibro-uralgia.
Chip.
All right. They're too smart to play into your chip. All right, I got to go. Jim, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Liz, thank you.
Oh, the guy in Chicago's wife has had fibromyalgia for years. Had it for years.
You want to hear this?
Yeah.
Scotty, Chicago.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Are we big in Chicago? I need to know. I need to know right now.
What's that?
Are we big in Chicago?
Oh, yeah. Oh. I'm driving this traffic. Yeah, driving an 18-wheeler. It's always fun. But, no, my wife's had it for years. But
Isn't this great?
I like these pigs on hoarders. My wife doesn't use it as a crutch. She's productive in spite of it and chooses to keep a positive attitude. And she's very upbeat and positive, doesn't whine about it. She deals with it. She She wakes up every morning, her muscles.
I don't care. My jokes don't go over, I don't care.
Yeah. Who is this achy bitch?
Who's this achy?
This achy bitch.
Who is this achy bitch?
No, seriously.
It must be a drag to go out with an achy bitch.
Oh, she's just always achy.
Yeah.
And tired.
Who is this bitch? Always got joint pains.
Could you imagine? This is the point I want to make today, because there are a bunch of generations represented in studio, out there in Radio Land. Can you imagine that growing up and telling your mom or dad that you had chronic fatigue syndrome?
Oh, my God.
They would fucking beat the shit out of you.
Imagine me telling my father,
Right.
Dad, I think I have chronic fatigue syndrome or fibromyalgia.
Right.
What the fuck? What is that, a faggot disease?
We wouldn't be able to get away with that. We had to turn our backyard into a farm. I mean, you know.
Oh, my God.
I wouldn't be able to get away with that as an excuse.
No.
You could probably walk around without falling down, though.
Oh, please.
Did she really just fall down?
No.
Yeah.
And what? You, as the boyfriend, had to be like, oh, my God,
I'll
you
rescue
all right?
you.
You okay?
Well, the
Oh,
first
what can I
time.
do? Oh, my God.
You think it was showboating?
Oh, God, of course.
But then eventually it was like, oh, again. Like
So-
it wasn't a big deal after the first couple.
Yeah.
It shows what kind of character you got. You blew off that bitch, right?
Well, I mean,
you
I
couldn't
dated
deal
her.
with the you couldn't deal with the falling down shit, huh?
I dated her for like 3-4 years.
Yeah. Who is this bitch always falling down, tripping on her tootsies?
You know how many times? But we had plans, and we had to break them because she couldn't get out of bed.
Because she didn't have the fucking moral courage to tell you she didn't want to go to a wrestling event.
I wasn't wrestling event.
That's probably why she was falling down. She was taking bumps at all the wrestling shows.
How annoyed were you when you were supposed to do something and she's laying there like a lump in bed?
At
like
what
a
age?
fucking tree stump?
How old is she?
She's my age.
But when was this? Like your early 20s?
Yeah, like 18, 19,
You're
20.
too young to be in bed.
What a lump.
Come on.
I'm not buying that. Sorry, Sam.
I mean, you don't have to,
Too
but I
young.
saw her fall down the stairs. Why would somebody just fall down the stairs?
For attention.
For attention.
Yeah.
She was getting plenty of attention.
Exactly.
I saw my mom throw herself down the stairs once.
Ew.
Pretty
Oh,
impressive.
but it wasn't fibromyalgia?
Wow.
Oh, my
You haven't lived until you see your mom throw herself down a flight of stairs.
crazy.
Wow. Wow.
So weird.
Wow.
Why did she do it?
I don't remember anymore. That goes way back.
She, like, you saw her launch herself down the stairs?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. It was impressive.
Did she jump, or did she just kind of just
She kind
fall
of
forward?
slipped and then just went with it.
She went with
Yeah.
Well, this is what we're doing.
You know, when you slip, you could kind of like go, you know what, I'm gonna fucking do everything I can. Or you could just go with it.
She just went with it.
Oh, she went with it, all right.
Does she want attention, you think?
Oh, yeah.
She get hurt?
I don't remember.
Wow.
Did you, with this chick you had,
Yeah.
was it always like when you were fucking her, was she just like, ow, 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 ow? Was it pain all the time?
No, because she wasn't achy like fibromyalgia.
Then what was it? You're saying she's not tired? She's not achy? What the fuck?
She doesn't have energy. She can't. Like
She
it's
wasn't
not like
eating right.
she ate. I
Who
saw her
has
eat.
energy?
She wasn't eating right.
We're
didn't
all
have-
fucking tired
she
and
didn't have the-
lazy
no,
around here.
You
She
need
didn't-
protein in your diet.
She didn't have the energy to walk.
Give the bitch a Mars bar.
She didn't have the energy to sit upright.
Why would you deal with this?
The energy to sit upright? What, would a head bobble like an infant?
I told you she'd be sitting in a desk in high school, and literally she collapsed out of desks.
And you didn't notice this when you were thinking,
yeah,
you know what,
what'd
I
you
might
say?
date
Wow,
this
that's
girl.
a catch.
Right.
I like this chick. She might pass out and I could rub my dick on her mouth.
Obviously, it was other things, or
Boobies?
other aspects of her personality. And
Oh, yeah?
Big boobs, huh? You're a boob man.
they were big,
So that protected her from a lot of the falls, I would assume.
built-in
You'd
cushions.
think.
Yeah.
I mean, but still, you don't want to walk around falling down all the time.
How many times do you see her fall down?
A lot.
Oh, my God.
I mean, it's.
What's a lot?
I don't know. I mean,
I went out
Small
with
empty space next to a building.
I went out with an anorexic chick, and I just thought she was really thin.
Yeah.
And the first time I realized, holy shit, this girl pukes up food after I feed her, I was out of there. Who wants to deal with that?
It's like, because it's not her fault. It's not like it's a psychological.
But when you're like young and dating, maybe I understand when you get a little older and stuff and shit happens. But when you're really young, you don't want to deal with all that crap.
No, I mean, in hindsight, it was not something I should have dealt with, but.
I'm like, really? You're gonna puke up my Red Lobster fucking dinner that I just spent?
I just
Money
bought
on?
that for you.
That was it for us.
You were mad about the money that was spent on the.
Well, when she
on
comes
the
out of the
dinner.
bathroom with watery eyes, I'm like, really?
You were. It wasn't the emotional.
I was
it was
making no money, Sam. You know, it was a big deal to go to a restaurant back when I was in my, when was I? Like 2021. And she's puking up the food.
And her dumb vomit breath,
Get the
which they
fuck
conceal
outta
with their
here.
certs.
with a cert.
I had a girl blow me one time and I smelled puke in the air. I'm like, oh, great, she's a puker.
Oh, she was
Vomited
fucking.
certs.
Yeah, she
stick
probably,
the fingers down there.
yeah, she probably vomited before she came over. That's good.
She had a certs on the car ride.
Yeah, you wonder why
thinking
nobody wants to kiss you. Fucking cherry Coke breath. Good job, puker.
I think, unfortunately, there's a lot of guys, and maybe women too. I don't know that side of the equation, certainly, but a lot of guys that feel like they could save someone and make them better.
Yeah,
I can't deal with that.
I had a lot
I
of
saw that my whole fucking life growing up.
wanting to help in me.
I think I did that a little bit, to be honest with you, if I was going to be honest. But
Yeah,
I fucking moved on from that shit. Fuck that.
People
I
didn't-
can't make.
How
it
long were you
better.
with her again?
like 3 or 4 years.
3 or 4 years of her just fucking ragdolling
down.
around you?
Yeah, well,
Fucking going out with Raggedy Ann.
Then you realize she needed a wheelchair.
Yeah, she was crippled.
we had to bring her in a wheelchair a couple
Oh,
times. to-
no,
to
you
classes,
didn't.
Yes.
And you were the guy.
dating a wheelchair girl?
Not like she wasn't confined to a wheelchair,
Oh,
but there
my
were times.
God.
where
What
I
an
used a wheelchair.
attention whore.
Oh, definitely.
But like she would say,
He still feels for her. You could say it.
He's still pining for her.
No, he doesn't want to
pining.
realize what an ass he was to be tricked into just pulling this lazy attention whore around.
Did you feel stuck? Like you realized a month in, like holy shit, this girl's got issues and
No.
she's falling down a lot.
No.
But it took you 3 years to move on.
I cared very much for her. But
So how did it end?
Yeah.
Well, this was the same girl I was talking about on the after show before, where
I don't listen to that shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes,
Don't
you
talk
do.
about like it's pop culture commonality.
Well, obviously it was on, the after show.
you listen to it.
All right. Maybe we do.
Forced to.
When E-Rock was talking about trying to set up a three-way with all the girls that he goes out with.
Oh, right.
I said the closest that I had ever come to that was a girl that I was dating saying, I'm kind of attracted to girls.
Oh.
And me being like, okay. And then her being like, so we have to take a break so I can go hook up with a girl.
Ah.
It's like, oh, fuck, okay. And then like a week later, she called me to tell me she had indeed hooked up with a guy.
Oh, a
And I was
guy.
like, what the fuck?
And that was the end of the relationship?
Which
I
is
wasn't-
pretty
I
much
didn't-
just a girl with a cock
She
and no
didn't-
tits. She didn't want, that's how she put it, right?
She didn't end I ended the relationship.
Wait,
with
she
that.
cheated on you?
You were such a bore in the sack that you had to take a break and you fuck
You
someone.
dealt with this girl
man.
falling down all the time, and then she ends up cheating on you?
Yeah, it was a workaround cheat, but I
What
felt
the
that way.
Fuck, of
You
course.
So-
should hate her guts. and
I
be
did at the
trash-
time.
You still should. That
I don't
lazy,
anymore.
You should've-
lazy whore.
You should have said, you realize how many times I saved you from breaking your stupid neck because you
Yeah.
can't keep your fucking self standing right?
I did feel that way at the time, hatred. But
Did
not
you curse her out?
Yeah, I remember. I was in college at the time, so I had to do it over the phone, which is even worse.
Ugh.
But yeah, I remember throwing things and getting very angry at that period of my life. But I mean,
What
I
did
don't.
she say? Sorry?
No, she said we were on a break. You knew we were on. I was like, this is. That's when I
fucking-
was like,
what a
are you guys
pig.
fucking kidding
Oh.
me?
Yeah.
You know
What
what I
the
mean?
fuck?
Like this isn't at all what was discussed.
Yeah.
It was a week later too.
Yeah, she was a pig. I hope you should have said something messy about her fibromyalgia. Hope you fall in front of a train and your fucking legs get cut off.
and your fucking legs get.
You know what? That's
so mean.
That's a great idea, though.
Why would you add in the
That's a
legs?
great-
Yeah. Hope your fucking dead toes get caught in the escalator.
But that's a great idea.
What?
We could prove if this shit is real or not. We get one of these chronic fatigue bitches that falls all the time and put them on the train tracks and see if they move now.
Yeah, see if they can get
Move
their
then.
ass up and fucking move.
And the problem is that you don't know. Like you can use it as an excuse, but you can't call somebody on it when they legitimately have it. Because if you've seen them fall down and then they're like, yeah, I can't go, I can't get out of bed, or I'm going to fall down. You can't be like bullshit because
Maybe
they were
she
like,
was,
remember?
maybe she was fucking someone the whole time, and that was her
Right.
excuse because that guy was coming over.
Exactly.
No, because I would go over to her house and just hang out with her at her house then.
She was
While
a
she's
lazy
in
lump.
bed?
Yeah, she
You
wasn't
would,
sleeping.
what, would you get a chair next to the bed?
No, I would get in the bed.
just
we'd
sitting
watch-
like a visit, like you're visiting Nana in the hospital.
Because you guys can't leave the house because she can't leave. Ah,
We watch
you're
him.
crazy.
Do you hate her? I hate her.
We'd watch a movie at the crib instead of going
You know
out.
what? I hate her, but this is like if I was thinking about my old self,
You understand.
I did a few of that shit.
I wouldn't do this anymore.
No, I know. You move on eventually. I went out with an anorexic and a bulimic. I went the other way.
Ugh.
Wait, bulimic is the one that gains a lot of weight?
Bulimic is
How does this work
one that
again?
pukes. Anorexic is one that just doesn't fucking eat.
So the one that puked up the Red Lobster dinner was bulimic? But she was anorexic, too, because she barely ate, and then when she ate, she puked. So she had both of them.
Maybe it was just because she had eaten a Red Lobster. It's not exactly a 4-star restaurant.
She had food poisoning.
Yeah, she had her hopes up. She wanted to go to Wawa.
Hey, man, I went there before the blacks took over. I went there before the blacks took over that restaurant. There was a time. Being a child of the 80s, that used to be a fucking place to go, Sam.
I could only imagine.
And then what's the one where they eat a lot, but they don't gain weight, but then all of a sudden AIDS. There's a part 2 to the story. Then all of a sudden, let's say they leave college, and they come back 6 months later, and they're as big as that fucking doorway. What disease is that?
What's that disease?
Because that happened to me, too. A girl comes running down Main Street, Geneseo, all excited to see me, and hugs me. I can't get my arms around her.
No.
And then I realize, holy shit, I was sort of seeing this girl 8 months ago.
That's awful.
She got that big.
It's horrible.
That I didn't even recognize
That's not fair.
So is that someone curing their bulimia?
I hope you told her. Did you go, piggy, piggy, oink, oink? Piggy, piggy, oink, oink.
She came back for, I don't know, a weekend or something. I was just nice to her.
It makes dealing with normal people so easy when you have to deal with people like that.
I got to ask you something also. What is she doing now?
I know she ended up going to a real college for a little while because first she had to go to community college.
No, I mean, is she now walking around and everything's
I don't think she's in the active
falling down
workforce
stage
anymore.
Oh.
No, I think she's still dealing with it. I think, but I don't talk to her very
believe
much.
I don't buy it.
I don't either.
I mean, I saw her fall down.
I'm exhausted.
Yeah, but you don't fall down. It's not a matter of like
Friday and Saturday nights I fall down a lot.
Passing out, it's different.
Yeah.
But she'd fall down like a lump. Like you could tell when a person's falling down voluntarily and their body just gives way.
What injuries did she ever suffer from falling down?
I'm not sure.
Exactly.
I don't think she suffered any.
That means she knew.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did. She cracked a rib once.
Big deal. She tripped.
Yeah, she cracked a rib because she fell.
She's probably eating it.
School.
Well, this is very controversial because you got people out there that believe that a lot of these new diseases are real, and then some old school people like ourselves, like we didn't grow up with a lot of this stuff.
Well, the problem is, I think that they are rare, and so there are a few people that actually have them, and then there are a lot more people that just have some of the symptoms that aren't really that big of a deal and use it as an excuse, like the hoarders people.
Yeah,
I think. But I mean,
a guy dated a girl exactly like Sam.
Should we go there?
Let's meaning she was a fucking incompetent radio person?
Jay in Atlanta. Hey, Jay, you going to see Jim Norton? He's going to be in Atlanta. They're leaving today, matter of fact.
Fuck yeah.
That's very sincere sounding.
Where is it at again?
The Punchline tonight,
in Atlanta.
tomorrow, Saturday.
You have a show tonight?
Yeah.
I know where that's at.
But you're here right now. How does that work?
I leave right after, go to the airport, and then do my Thursday show tonight.
Very confusing.
I'm very busy.
Jay, go ahead.
Area.
What?
Right.
What, Jay?
I said the Punchline is in a nice area.
Of course it is. Jimmy doesn't go to shitty places.
That's right.
We assumed that already.
Oh, yeah? Is it reasonable?
Yeah, reasonable. It's reasonable. All right, but whatever about this girl that I dated was exactly like what Sam was talking about. She's always like, "Oh, I'm tired," or she can't fucking do things. She can't get up. So like early classes were hard for her to take because of whatever. I don't know. I got kind of sick of it really myself.
It's annoying, right?
It's very draining.
Yeah.
Very draining.
But you're too young to deal with that.
I know.
Like, I understand. I'm going to say, I'm repeating myself a lot today, but whatever. Like, when you get older, shit happens and you got to deal with more, maybe. But when you're young and full of fucking cum, why would you pick a chick that's falling down all the time?
My parents liked her as a person, but I think they were always annoyed that I had to deal with any of that
Do I blew
At
off a
that
girl
age.
because she had a smelly pussy? I'm like, I don't need to deal with that, and I kind of liked her.
It's a legit reason, man.
Fucking walking around like a marionette. What the fuck do you go out with?
I had feelings for her at the time.
God.
But you're too young to get all caught up in that shit.
What are you, one of these savior people? Do you look at someone and you were like, I'm gonna save her?
At that time, I thought that I could be somebody in her life that could really help her. I think.
What a douchebag. Help her why? Why don't you stop it?
Because she kept falling down.
Exactly. Get her a medical alert button.
Was it a turn on to you that she fell down a lot, which meant you were more powerful or something?
No, not at all.
Did you ever play wrestling with her? Like you had knocked her down like you were Bob Backlund? I just want to knock this girl down again and she's going to get right back up. Vince.
Did you at least role play with the shit?
No.
They believe she's like, paralyzed?
Yeah.
No.
I'll be a police officer and you be a girl who isn't a lazy lump of shit.
She's very smart girl, hard worker.
She wasn't a hard worker.
Well, she could be.
Fucking Trips McGillicuddy, her name was.
She wasn't tripping. She was coordinated.
A lot of people
She wasn't.
Fibromyalgia. Yeah, people are mad, man. They're mad because they got it. They're like, look, dude.
Put someone on the phone with it.
Shut up.
Mad. Fucking mad.
The name chronic fatigue syndrome is also horrible because it implies that you're fatigued. Like,
Yes.
to be fatigued is to just like, I could use a nap.
Fatigued.
Fatigue is just living in this world we have.
Right, like I'm fatigued because I wake up early.
Sure. Bill in Georgia.
Hold on, we have a communique from Dr. Steve on what Sam's girlfriend
Dr.
had.
Steve.
I'd love to. She might have had a hypokalemic periodic paralysis. It's a condition in which a person has episodes of muscle weakness and sometimes severe paralysis. So she may have had that. It's congenital, which means, of course, it's present from birth.
Yeah.
And it's passed down through families. And so maybe she had that.
She never went through paralysis.
Then she didn't. Lazy bitch. Thank you very much. Caller, you're on the air.
Okay.
We got Bill in Georgia. Bill, are you close to Atlanta? Because that's where Jimmy's going to be starting tonight.
Well, you know what? All I know is that I've had chronic fatigue.
Or make believe I didn't fucking talk. Or do that. Or do that.
He's got chronic fatigue.
Or
Give
make
him a
believe
break.
I didn't just ask you a question to make it a little more personal.
Give him a
Sorry,
break.
but I'll get to that point because I've had it for 20
Oh, really? You're going to get to this right about
chronic
now.
fatigue. Don't hang up on him.
That's what you're going to get to.
The poor boy might be asleep now.
I can't dial the phone again because my fingers are exhausted.
They don't need naps. They don't need more sleep.
Oh, it's all about naps.
People with chronic fatigue do not have apnea, do not need to go to sleep.
Look at Sam.
Somebody tweeted something funny. Any chance Rihanna has chronic fatigue and just fell down a lot on her dates?
Sam is still pining away. You sure you want to get married?
You better check yourself.
You should make sure this is what you want.
I'm not pining at all. I don't.
You're pining for the bitch that falls down a lot.
Wait, do you think the black girl had the excuse? She was a disease. It was just an excuse to not be seen with Sam. Yo, let's go to the dance. Nah, my fatigue acting up.
Oh, I'm falling down again.
She always wanted to dance when you wanted to do things in public.
My friends used to get mad because I'd be like, "Yeah, me and her will come over your house, or we'll go with you," and then I'd have to call at the last minute.
Oh, she fell
She's too
down.
tired. We're gonna hang out here.
I had
fell
one of those
down.
when I was in Buffalo, but it was an anxiety thing. Before I knew what anxiety was.
Yeah.
And I finally had to move on. I'm like, I can't deal with this. I'm just a kid trying to make my way in the world.
Well, I'm very happy I moved on.
And I always had the worst luck with restaurants because I would take her to restaurants in Buffalo, and now I'm counting my pennies because I'm doing overnights, making seriously the number was $14,000 a year. So every once in a while I'm like, I think I could handle taking her out to dinner. And then we're sitting there and we ordered all the food, and she goes, I gotta go. I'm like, what do you mean we gotta go? You know how much money I'm spending right now?
This was all I had.
And I didn't understand it because it's this anxiety thing where all of a sudden out of nowhere you feel like you're on a roller coaster, that shit. But I was too young to understand or be able to deal with this.
That's why I'm glad that there were physical symptoms for me to see.
But why is it always the
fell down.
timing that the anxiety is right at the point when the food arrives? That's where I go, come on. How much of this is a me thing?
I like that all your girls with disorders that you had to deal with, it was all around the fact that they ruined the dinner that you paid for.
Exactly. There's always lousy restaurants where I'm actually on their side for not wanting to eat them.
I got to get out of here right now. This is horrible.
But why didn't they have the anxiety a little sooner? Before maybe, I could go, look, sorry, we'll pay for the appetizers.
Yeah, at least after appetizers.
Here's a couple bucks for the bread and water you brought over. No, I'm in.
Yeah.
Then they don't understand because she looks completely normal as she sits there.
Well, that was the thing about the girl I was dating, too. She was very good looking. She was very smart, but everybody thought she was faking. Everybody was like, that girl doesn't look tired at all.
Faking it.
You go out with any of these broads in?
No. That shit. I'm sure Jess is going to get like this thing where Sam's just, hey, could you just sit in this wheelchair?
No.
Yeah. Just let me push you around a little. No, it's fun. It'll be fun.
It is so easy.
You're an enabler.
It's so easy dating Jess.
Just go get up.
Why?
Because it's like she's just a human being. Who's just normal human being. So it's like even her worst
with
problems.
you, she can't be totally normal.
She's very normal.
Oh.
Even her worst problems are like, I've been through so much worse.
Like when she wants you to wear condoms.
I don't know.
Because she wants it to feel special again.
I don't know anything about that.
I think there's a little college thing happening too. I think she wants Sam to wear condoms because maybe she went out and did a little something and was waiting for test results.
Maybe. Uh-oh.
I don't think so.
I think Sam's a dud in the sack.
Well, that might be, but I don't think.
You get shit done with your penis or what? You do.
I try to, but
do you slap a girl's face with your cock ever?
No.
All right. Do you ever rub? Do you ever say "suck it"?
No, I don't think I've ever would say.
What do you say in bed? I'm obsessed.
I'm very quiet.
I know, but how do you?
Thanks her. Thank you so much.
Did you ever put your fingers in a girl's mouth and open her mouth?
No,
then shove your cock in?
No.
How do you get a girl to suck your dick then?
I let them
do
it.
You shrug and point at it?
I would let them do it voluntarily.
Just hope she falls asleep and her mouth hits it.
Yeah, she collapses.
She's passing out. Yeah.
They don't pass out. They don't lose consciousness. They collapse.
But wait, you don't just shove your dick in a girl's mouth?
No.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I don't know. I have my own issues, I guess.
You're waiting for an engraved invitation?
How do you eat that pussy? You just kiss down the stomach gently?
Yeah, it's done with love.
Ugh.
Let's go to Bill in Augusta. You might remember Bill from earlier who ignored my fucking question.
All right.
Bill, I'm very sorry. I should have answered your question. I am not.
You made him apologize and call back.
Well, I want a human experience sometimes.
You're
with
right.
These
No,
people.
you're right.
I can be a radio robot like anybody.
Sure.
I'm a couple of hours away. I apologize. And I just wanted to say, though, that I've had chronic fatigue for 12 years, and I always hear people telling me about it being the fake thing. And the thing is that the only thing I have energy to do ever is to go see Jim Norton this weekend at the Atlanta Punchline.
Yay! Plug!
I knew that was coming.
It was just a plug the whole time.
Now, don't use these stories to give plugs to me. Thank you.
Now I feel like an asshole because you wanted to set that whole thing up earlier, right, Bill? Oh, he's gone. Let's go to a guy who really knows how to use his dick. That's Dr. Steve.
Yeah.
He's a cocksman.
Yeah, he really is.
I've heard.
I'll give a girl a little choline and then rape her while her eyes are open.
Yeah.
He just likes the eye contact.
Yeah, and she looks glazed like she's watching a horror film. But it's just him leaning in with his radio voice. No one's going to believe you. I'm a pillar in the community.
It's Dr. Breath.
Doctor, you know how to use your cock, right?
Oh, absolutely. I'm a doctor.
Absolutely. I'm a doctor. A doctor.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I just want to, you guys have been trashing Sam's girlfriend, and I know what she had, and it's a genetic disorder, so you guys are trashing a girl with an actual syndrome.
You just made it feel a lot better to trash her. Thank you.
Whoops.
Yeah. She had hypokalemic periodic paralysis, and it's a disorder. The hallmark of it is people who who eat a high carbohydrate meal and then become paralyzed after.
That's awful.
That's great.
If you eat pretzels, you can't get out of the house fire.
Yep.
Yeah, let's fucking set her house on fire and see if she still can't
If she
move.
had
Sam.
a high carbohydrate day with not a lot of protein, like she needed protein, like she would say.
Yeah,
That's
how
what your
about you
job
don't
as a
eat the
man.
carbohydrates, and then the disease is solved.
Or stick your cock in her mouth for the protein.
It can happen anyway, but that's the hallmark of the disease. And when I heard that, I knew immediately what she had, and it's real. They're literally paralyzed. And it's often misdiagnosed because it's like 1 in 100,000 people have this disorder, and a lot of doctors don't know about it.
What do you do for it?
It's when they have the attack. If you take them to the emergency room, they can give them potassium, and then their paralysis will go away. But there is a medication called triamterene that bumps up your potassium levels in the cells, and sometimes that will work.
Doesn't bananas do the same thing?
Not really. Well,
I bet you she ate a lot of bananas.
if you can take
Not Sam's banana,
Nope.
obviously.
Well, never for him slapping it in her face.
Sam certainly wasn't, squirting his dick juice in her
I didn't
mouth.
shove it in her mouth.
You should have just put it in her mouth like if a baby cries, you don't ask it. You shove a pacifier in its mouth.
Right.
Every time she yawned, you should have shoved your dick in her cheek.
Here's more
She
protein.
wasn't yawning.
Yeah.
She wasn't tired.
Here you go, lazy.
She wasn't tired. She didn't need
And
to
make
go
sure
to
you just
sleep.
go doctor's orders every
That's
time.
right, yeah.
Doctor's orders.
Yeah, Dr. Sam here.
She would say, like, if we were out, she's like,
Sam's a weirdo.
I'm not a weirdo.
Yes,
It's
you
like
are.
You eat weird and you get turned on by girls that fall down.
You don't
That
talk
wasn't
when
the
you
turn
fuck.
on.
That's
the
you're a
You
turn
talk
on.
when you fuck.
Yeah.
You talk,
Little
don't
bit.
you?
Yeah.
I'm a talker.
A little talking going on.
Like, it was an emergency, though. Like, she'd be like, we need to get I need something with protein in it now.
That's exhausting.
It was exhausting.
I've been there now, but I'm older now, so I'm way past that shit.
Yeah.
Ooh, bananas are bad for reflux.
Sam's just very nurturing.
I'm a
Nice.
nurturing person.
You're a creep.
I'm not a creep. Dr. Steve is right.
Dr. Steve. Dr. Steve, thank you. It's a short call today.
Thank you, Dr. Steve.
We got to go to break.
Yeah.
Take care, buddy.
See you soon, bud.
All right.
Steve.
Bye.
Steve's a good man.
Yes, he is. We got to play this thing.
I use man loosely.
Oh, we might have something for somebody out there next. Can I say that much?
Sure.
Yeah.
Just don't mention it's Bruce Springsteen tickets.
Don't. Whatever you do,
All
mention that.
Okay. Because I don't know. I really don't.
I know. You
Yeah.
don't know the rules.
Even though it says a big intro for Bruce Springsteen ticket giveaway.
Why would you say
Sweeper. I don't know, though.
Not-
Officially, I don't know.
Officially.
Yes.
It might not happen.
And then we got a kid crying over school contest. And,
Yay!
Danny's telling me this is really good audio, so we'll get into that next.
Sirius XM. This is the Opie and Anthony Show.
We got something played here. Kid cries over school contest. Really good audio. Let's play this now. Maybe Roland will be in the studio in a few minutes. Maybe not. I don't know.
A teen won a contest to design a sticker honoring Chicago's men and women in uniform, but now the city says it won't use the design after all because they think it shows gang signs. Here is a look at the drawing. You can see several hands pictured above a heart. Well, some say those hands are displaying a well-known gang signal. The devastated teen says that's completely untrue.
And I don't think that's fair. I tried the best I can. That don't got nothing. That our design doesn't have nothing to do with no gangs. Nothing.
City leaders say they haven't decided whether to let the teen keep the $1,000 bond he won for winning the sticker contest.
I'll just give the kid $1,000.
Can you Google that, Sam? I want to see what that looks like.
I knew nothing.
Sounds like management when we talk to them. Hey, what's going on with the online fee? Oh,
look at this kid. Don't be white
The
kid.
teen says that's completely untrue.
And I don't think that's fair. I tried the best I can. That don't got nothing. That our design doesn't have nothing to do with no gangs. Nothing.
Let me see the hand.
City leaders say they haven't
well,
decided.
no, here's what he's doing. He's trying to give perspective of the hand. Like when you see a hand and fingers behind it.
Right. That's not gang signs.
They're not gang signs. He's just not a good artist.
Give him $1,000.
God, what douchebags.
Can you play that again?
This is great.
I tried the best I can. That don't got nothing. That our design doesn't have nothing to do with no gangs. Nothing.
With no gangs.
You know what? He's more famous now.
Can't they see that this kid's telling the fucking truth, though?
Yeah, of course.
No gangs.
Yeah, of course. Andrew Lincoln from The Walking Dead will be in studio.
Yes.
Sooner than later.
Oh, man. Watch that season finale and then from last season and then watch the premiere.
I don't know who he is.
It's pretty goddamn
Oh, my
good.
God. He's
Man.
very famous, Jimmy, this guy. Andrew Lincoln.
Man.
Oh, yeah.
Is everybody alive out there? It's time to win Bruce Springsteen tickets. Bruce Springsteen tickets. Bruce Springsteen tickets. It's time to win Bruce Springsteen tickets. Dial now. Fucking die. Sorry. I get jealous.
All right, Roland, we're going to give away some Bruce Springsteen tickets, but I got to ask you, where are you at as far as going to the big Bruce Springsteen show March 9th at the Apollo Theater, courtesy of SiriusXM?
Well, they said, we know about your love for Bruce. We're working on it.
So we're still in the working on it stage officially?
Yeah.
And where are we at as far as getting you a picture finally with Bruce Springsteen? That's all you want. You'll never ask for another picture from SiriusXM, correct?
Correct. Probably that's farther away than the tickets. It's probably like halfway. The pee-pee's about to touch the asshole, so probably not. I know.
The pee-pee's about what?
It's like they go, we're working on it.
Oh, it's almost a dick in the ass.
Oh.
It's almost a dick in the ass.
That's Roland's thing, if you don't know.
That's
he
his
likes to talk about
t-shirt
how he gets a
catchphrase.
lot of dicks in his ass.
Yep. And that's when things are going well.
All right. See, because I know a lot of these guys on the phone, so I can't. It's not fair. So someone's got to give me a number.
6.
6. Thank you, Jimmy.
Sure.
Let's go to 6. You got a chance to win the Bruce Springsteen tickets. I don't even know his name yet. Who's this?
This is Dave from New Jersey.
Hi, Dave.
Dave, what video?
What Roland?
Dave is being friendly. Hi, Dave.
Dave. We want to know about Dave.
I'm a huge Bruce fan, huge O&A fan. So,
how long have you liked Bruce Springsteen?
I went to my first show in '99, and I've been to 56 since then.
In hours. How many is that in hours?
56. That's impressive. Roland, how many are you up to?
250, whatever.
Oh yeah, I got nothing on Roland.
I liked him since '86, whatever. Good luck to this one.
Are you saying 99 is a little too late to be getting into Bruce Springsteen,
Well,
Roland?
99.
It's a bandwagon, right?
I hope he gets this question because this is an oldie. Roland loves this.
He really does.
I'm going down for the connoisseurs.
All right, go ahead. For Dave in Jersey.
What video featured both Bruce's first wife and his second wife?
Whoa.
2 girls, 1 cup?
Was it Brilliant Disguise?
Oh my God! No!
Oh, I thought we had.
It was Glory Days.
She was just the backup at the time.
And his wife walked into the bar.
His wife was the one, right. What other band's video was his first wife in?
Video. I don't know.
Roland?
I know that one.
Roland? Oh, man, come on.
Sick fucking puppies.
Holy shit.
No, I don't know
I think I got you.
Was it a Springsteen song? Probably not,
Nope.
right?
She was in a music video for a band back in the 80s.
Child of the 80s.
Rock Gut.
What? That first wife. She was an actress.
Julian, I know.
Yeah.
I'm not sure which film.
Yeah.
I know which band.
I said it wrong.
If anybody else gets it, no.
I know the answer. I don't want to.
No, you don't.
I do.
You really don't.
It was ABBA.
No, I'll give you a
Shitting
hint.
on a cracker.
Leonard Skinner.
Leonard Skinner.
It wasn't Leonard. It wasn't Leonard Skinner. That's just a hint.
38 Specials.
Hold
on loosely.
Yeah.
38 Special. I don't know. It was the one with the horses. But it was 38 Special video.
Was it Hold On Loosely?
I don't.
I don't know. Let me think. No, it wasn't Rossington Collins.
Hold on loosely.
What video?
I'm trying to think of the name of the song.
Was it called Frosted Hair Douche? You are in studio.
Oh, boy. Awkward. I thought he was in the other room still.
You rock.
I forgot my 38 Special songs, eh?
Yeah, it was 38 Special song.
I'm going to go Hold On Loosely.
It might have been Hold On Loosely.
Oh, see, guns come up when you put this in the Google. 38 Special Band. All right. All right, sir. Caught Up in You.
Yes, it was Caught Up in You. That was the one. Caught Up in You. 38 Special. Bruce's first wife. Or was his first?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. That didn't last long, did it?
No.
All right, we have another pair. I guess we got to get another caller.
All right. Jimmy's picking the numbers today.
11!
We don't.
There's no
It doesn't go to 11.
-5 is 6. We just did 6. 3.
Okay. Everything is exhausting with this guy. Can't just be easy ever. Jeff in New York. Jeff, good luck.
Yeah, how you doing?
All right.
In 1999, Bruce was inducted into the Rock and Roll
Why
Hall
can't
of
we get to know Jeff before you jump in?
Exactly.
You want to get right to breaking his heart.
Hi, Jeffykins.
Jeff, what are you doing right now, sir?
No, he didn't.
Just listen to the show.
Are you going to work?
Retired.
From what?
I used to have my own phone company.
Damn, you did pretty well.
What's your own phone company?
Hello, Mr. Bell.
Yeah.
Very good.
His last name is At.
I was trying to work that in. I didn't have a good one. I was going to go with Verizon, which is stupid. Go ahead, Roland.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can get the tickets to Jeff.
1999, Bruce was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Who gave the induction speech?
Devil's Tail?
What?
Devil's Tail?
No, who gave the induction speech?
G.
No, that was...
No.
No.
Come on!
It was Bono.
Bono?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why would Bono do that?
Because they're friends.
Because they're friends.
All right, back to Jimmy. We have one pair today?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, good.
17.
We don't have
-5 is 12. Divided by 2 is 6.
No,
We did
Plus 4 is 10.
We don't have 10 ringing.
-1 is 9.
All right, let's go now. Jesus. Stephen Philly.
Yes.
Steve, you got a chance at these Springsteen tickets. What are you doing in Philly right now?
I am at work.
Has Lynn Fever caught on in Philly?
Oh, I'm so sick of hearing about it.
Well, because the Sixers have a pretty good team this year, too.
Well, I'm tired of hearing about the Sixers, too. So.
You just don't like basketball.
Nothing means anything right now in basketball. So.
Oh, not a big fan of hoops.
Nah.
Yeah. All right, let's see if we can give these tickets to you for the March 9th show at the Apollo Theater.
All right. Springsteen signed a record deal with Columbia Records. What year was it?
Oh, for God's sake.
He's not a happy guy.
Jeez.
That's the voice of a Googler, by the way, right there.
What? 72.
Because he Googled it.
We don't know that.
Yeah, it
and
sounded like
it doesn't matter. There's no...
You are right.
You're right.
Wait.
No way.
You know you're right because someone gave you the answer in the background, which is fine. Let me see what I can play for you.
We have a winner.
You like that one?
Why do you like that one?
No, maybe that.
It's so easy to make him laugh. Wow, usually when other radio stations do this or whatever,
it goes so smoothly and there's excitement.
I can't.
Yeah.
I'm at work. I can't really. You know.
What do you do? Make coffins? Make satin pillows for it?
Or make him scream to get the tickets. I want.
Yeah, what are you doing at work? Is this an illegal phone call?
I work for. Yes, it is.
Really?
Which is why I cannot Google.
All right, where are you working?
I work at a mortgage company.
Oh, we hate people. What's the rate at? 4 something?
Oh, no, I don't do that part of it.
Did you finance the Nagel Mansion?
No, I didn't, but I wonder if we have it.
Ooh.
On the Nagel estate.
What's it in Florida, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, He was born and raised in Florida. He still has Florida roots.
On the grounds of the Nagel estate. Yeah.
I can look it up for you. Hold on. I'm looking it up.
Big N on the gate.
Yeah, well.
And on a rock.
Big N in the bedroom.
It's N-A-G-L-E.
Yeah.
N-A-G-L-E.
Yes.
N-A-G-L-E.
You can't look up his shit. What's wrong with you?
Yes, I can. I'm in the system.
You can Google Eric, but not Bruce.
Eric. No, I'm not in Google. I'm in our system. It's in Florida, right?
Yes. Jerking off.
Did Russ?
Really?
Did Russ Maneve win the Bruce Springsteen tickets?
Yeah, he does sound like Russ.
Maneve.
Well, inside, but what the hell?
What happened?
All right, we're gonna let you go there, buddy. Steve, you won the tickets to Springsteen March 9th at the Apollo Theater.
We will all be there.
I'm not going.
Oh, we will. Some of us will be there. I will be there.
I don't want to go.
I'll be clapping and talking really loudly to Roland.
No.
I like when Bruce does this song. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to ask a lot of questions.
No.
All right, Steve.
Thanks a lot, man.
Hold on.
All right.
You're welcome. Should we do a quick break before The Walking Dead guy?
Oh,
It's either that or you're going to have to go all the way to 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
I'm up for a break.
Single break? Roland?
Yeah.
Are you happy
No.
as far as the contest went today?
I wish he got it wrong.
He sort of did.
I know.
He went 78 and then 72, so technically we could have probably said no. I heard 78 first. Look at this two fists. Is that a real... That's another Eric Nagel? Look at this two fists.
Professor Dr. Eric Nagel.
Professor Dr. Eric Nagel?
Yes.
Let's look up our names.
What's he a professor of?
Give me a...
He's in Germany,
he's
right?
here.
Yeah, he's in Germany.
Yeah, anyone that has my name is...
He looks
the
like
exact
a
spelling
cross
is in
between
Germany.
you and Eric Logan. All right.
Damn. You rocking the bitches.
Give me Greg Hughes on the Google. Let's find that fucking doofus Greg Hughes, too. And then we go Jim Norton. That's me.
Well, you said you wanted the doofus Greg Hughes. Nothing?
Holy shit. I look horrendous there.
I look horrendous.
What the fuck is that?
Let me see.
Where was that taken?
I don't know.
Here.
At a Nanotits convention?
That's horrible.
We are hunching over. You're not supposed to, that's not a natural. Plus, you can't even see your V in that picture.
V?
Yeah, where the abs meet the
Where was
pelvis.
that taken? Oh my god, you just depressed the shit out of me.
You want me to Google?
Nah, fuck it. Is that a Greg Hughes?
No.
We should break, because we got the Walking Dead guy coming in. Wow, what the fuck was that?
I found one.
That's another Greg Hughes?
Yeah, you're...
Oh, shit.
It's a dork.
It's like a kid toucher. All right, when we get back, Andrew Lincoln from The Walking Dead.
Yes.
So stay right there.
Sirius XM. Sirius XM. Yeah, this is the Opie and Anthony Show.
Rocks. Yeah.
We are back.
Oh, look at this. What is this? Video people? Andrew Lincoln coming in. Where is he? Is he just round the corner? Is he in the Bulg? Is he in the Bulg?
I don't know the show, but you know the show, right?
Oh, yeah.
I've heard of it.
Love
It's supposed to be a great show.
Love it. Effects are great.
It's on AMC. It's 9 o'clock on Sundays. It's about zombies, right? How many seasons is it?
They are in there. I believe this is the third season.
Technically, this
The
is like...
first season was a very short season, and the second season was your normal season. That one just ended, and then we had the premiere of the new season. And man, if you got that one DVR'd, you're gonna enjoy it, because I love when they do stuff on shows that are just brutal, and you don't see it on other TV shows,
right?
Because they're just brutal, especially when they involve like children.
They do that on this?
Oh boy, do they ever!
I really should watch it because I've heard a lot of good things about it. I haven't avoided it. I just haven't seen it yet.
Characters are pretty cool. They change throughout the show too, because it would be a pretty drastic situation. Fucking zombies. I was having some thoughts about zombies and what the hell's going on, and I was tweeting last night. What happens? Let's say, because I see people in all kinds of zombie movies and shows, and even on Walking Dead, they kill a zombie. And then they're lugging the zombie around and throwing him around and putting him in a truck, and then they drive and they throw him on a fire or something like that. And they're kind of willy-nilly with the zombie. Now, what happens if his tooth swings, you got him hanging by his legs and you're going to throw him, and his tooth nicks your shin and cuts your leg with his tooth after he's, re-dead again, Are you going to be turned into a zombie?
I noticed on the season premiere, the girl was just very okay with just picking up the arm and just
fell
tossing
out
it
of the
back
truck.
in.
Well, how does this thing get transferred? What makes you a zombie? Is it through blood?
Oh, it's blood, yeah. And that's another thing. If you have a cut on you, because people are all cut up, they're battling zombies, for God's sake. And then they're hitting these zombies over the head with various things. And
splatter gets
blood
onto you.
splatter. What's the difference if blood splatter gets in an open wound? I'd be walking around in an outbreak suit.
You should put this on the new website, Things Dorks Say.
I do. It's called Twitter. I do it all the time. I tweet this stuff constantly.
Yeah. This is great. You and your friend could wear cloaks and sit around on a Friday night and talk about what ifs with zombies.
I'm going to wear a cloak.
Yeah, maybe you hold a flashlight in between you. What if a zombie was bleeding? I don't know.
No,
but I don't know the answer to that question. I would say it's a good question, but it's a very childish question, but I wish I had an answer for you. I don't.
The oddest thing is that there is a zombie craze that's going on. And I know the vampire thing is very attached to the young girl kind of demo.
Sure.
But I think it's like guys have this infatuation with zombies because I think, secretly they would love a zombie invasion. It seems like fun, doesn't it?
Because you're allowed to just hit them with a bat and nobody says anything. It'd be so great just to beat the shit out of these things.
Yeah, and from watching the shows and movies and whatnot, I've realized a lot of people act like idiots in these, and that's how they get fucked up. So I honestly don't think, given into these zombie situations, that I would be fucked up in there.
I don't know if I would or not, but a zombie...
Laugh at me. Shut up, you watch wrestling guy.
Exactly, you dated a zombie. They just kind of fall down, they lay in bed with fibromyalgia.
Chronic fatigue.
What's that?
It was chronic fatigue.
Whatever it was. Always sleepy. What a bum. She was probably hooking all night. That's why your girlfriend was out taking loads all night for money, and then she'd see you and kiss you.
She wasn't sleepy. We've been over this.
She was sleepy.
No.
She's a lazy bum.
She would not survive a zombie attack.
No?
No, not a chance.
Because
she'd just lay there like a lump.
She would, she'd run away, but then she'd fall down, and then a zombie would.
It's hilarious. She's like one of those sheep that get scared.
Oh, and then they just the fainting sheep,
fainting goats,
and their legs just go straight up in the air. I honestly think I wouldn't make the mistakes that a lot of people made. I know Zombieland kind of put the rules.
Yeah,
that was the rules, and double tap is one where they always shoot the zombie once and then walk around like everything's hunky dory. You gotta shoot the zombie twice. Make sure he's dead. Crack that head open. Because he winds up getting up and starting to chase you and shit.
What gun would you use?
As far as guns, there's been... Oh, boy, have I gone through Twitter nights with nothing more than just conversing what guns would be best in a zombie invasion.
I would think shotgun, just because you'd get the most amount of damage, I would think.
Yeah, a shotgun would be very good. In closer quarters, though, like inside a place. Let's say you're at that mall parking lot. Now you're talking a nice Benelli semi-automatic and M4 shotgun, something like that. That'd work great. But if you're in close quarters, I want something very high caliber, something that's going to really rip that head off, and an automatic. But also a revolver on the side just in case it jams.
And would you have to worry about zombie splatter getting on you in case you have open wounds?
That's just it. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know that. We'd have to get into a zombie thing, and then that would have to be found out through, trial and error and some other poor motherfucker.
Right.
Before we knew if that is the case, I would be more careful than you see these people being.
I've actually written a zombie script.
You did? What
where bullets don't kill the zombie. The only way to kill them is to flick their genitals with a spork. You have to flick their genitals with a spork. It's a whole different element.
A spork?
Yeah.
And that's how they die?
Yeah, they're so embarrassed that you've shown their zombie penis and their zombie vaginas.
They turn beet red and then they die.
Yeah, they die from embarrassment. They'll get sheepish.
Would you bunker down in the compound, or would you go
Hunker
out?
down.
You could bunker down.
Oh, okay.
I think you got to stay on the move. Tell you the truth.
Okay.
I think you got to stay on the move. You need a small group with you, let's say. A lot of scavenging has to go on. Ammunition is imperative. I'd say make your way to the gun stores immediately. That's probably the first place you want to go, the gun stores, because with a gun and bullets, you can get anything else you need.
Sure,
you know,
yeah.
Some poor bastard walking down the street, some anti-gun person walking down the street, got a fucking bologna and cheese sandwich. It's mine now.
Yeah.
Mine, motherfucker. I'm taking it.
So you would rob from people.
I would fucking do anything
It's
it
not
takes
a matter of humanity
to
coming together.
Don't run into me.
Why not stay in one place and fortify it?
Because it always gets overrun. Once the amount of zombies, if there's an amount of zombies, they always seem to find their way in somehow, some way. And I think if you stay on the move, you have a better chance.
But you'd have to be on the move with multiple firearms on your person.
Well, yeah.
And you don't know where to park.
That's me every day anyway at home.
How do you know where to park?
What do you mean where to park?
Meaning, how do you know where the fuck are you gonna park for the night and relax? You go out to take a shit in the middle of the night and a zombie fucking bites your foot?
No, that's why you do. You're in a war zone in essence. So you gotta camp. You gotta set up perimeters. You gotta maybe go from house to house. You gotta assess the area. Are they thick with the Walking Dead? Is it sparse? Have you seen a lot of them? And then you set up some kind of perimeter to warn you.
How would you travel? By foot, automobile, or would you get a horse like the guy in The Walking Dead?
How about a helicopter?
You get up in the sky.
Yeah, there's no zombie. You never saw a zombie on a cloud hit a helicopter. How come none of these assholes steal helicopters or planes to fly where there are no zombies?
Because there's always zombies somewhere. Boy, every time they go somewhere they think there's no zombies. Zombies. They just show up. Yeah. I would take all kinds of transportation based on the needs. Now, if you're just local and you're going around looking for supplies and stuff, I think on foot is fine. Rough terrain where you need a horse, yeah, get the horse. And then when you're taking a long road trip, you need that vehicle. Yeah, you need a truck or something
Horses
like that.
would all be dead because no one feeds them. Or they'd be wild.
They fucking eat grass. They would graze.
True. Yeah, but
like
you're not gonna be able to just take a wild horse. He's probably been running from zombies all day. He's tired. Be like Sam's ex-girlfriend. You jump on him and just collapses.
His legs give in.
Cracks a rib.
Yeah, worthless attention horse. Fucking whinnying like a queer. Wow, wait.
I think
mackerel. Ooh.
I think a lot of the domestic horses would just go out and graze like they do in pastures on ranches, and they'd be totally fine with you shoving a bit in their mouth.
Is that his girlfriend? Publicist? Wow.
Oh. No, I hear tell his wife, who he married, is Ian Anderson's daughter.
Oh,
from Jethro Tull.
Oh.
Jethro Tull.
She was sitting on a park bench.
I read that on the internet.
Did you? Oh, it better be true.
It might not be.
Oh, it better be fucking true.
And this is where your experiences riding horses would come into play.
Yes!
That's a survival of the fittest mentality.
I have been preparing for this my entire existence, and I know it's fake, so that kind of upsets me.
Yeah, because you've done so much work for this.
But I've done so much work for this. Well, zombie invasion, home invasion, they both have invasion in it.
Right.
And you can make both fun.
Do you have the same rules for home invaders?
I certainly do. Double tap, never take it for granted. Barricades, it's very similar.
Okay.
No, I think a great weapon is a .45, something that's really going to eliminate the head. And a shotgun.
That's what you have to do is eliminate the head to be 100% sure.
And who said that? Who made that rule up?
Because
they're dead. Why does the brain still do something for them?
See, my thing is where there's a big speech at the end.
Yeah.
Where the star says to the zombies, you were once like me. What has become of you?
Oh, that's good.
And they give the slow clap.
At the end of Rocky
good.
IV, you could do one of those
I like
speeches.
that.
Yeah, like, I didn't understand none of you zombies, and you didn't understand me.
That's good.
And then he looks over and he sees all the zombies are raping Adrian, infecting her.
And in the middle of that conversation, look who's here. How you doing? Take a seat, sir. We're alive on the air, as a matter of fact.
Hello.
We like doing that. Get right to it. It's Andrew Lincoln, of course. He plays Sheriff Rick. Sheriff Rick on The Walking Dead. I'm a huge fan, man. I've since the first episode, hooked. It's another one of those shows that, like, and there's been very few of them that you watch right from the beginning, and you're just like, all right, I'm in. It's
well, I'm glad you said. I mean, for me as well, it was exactly the same experience.
all right. Take the silly voice off. Come on.
Yeah, I know.
What are you
I'm sorry.
doing?
But I haven't seen the show. Do you speak?
No, have you spoken to John Bernthal as well? You've had him on the show,
Yeah,
because he said we just ripped it out of you. The fact that you're a limey, basically. Yeah.
You don't sound like that on the show.
No, he sounds like a guy from the South.
No, I do a southern accent. So.
You do it very well.
Well, thank you.
And
Thank you.
I have my sneaking suspicions. There's a couple other people in that cast that have English accents.
Who do you think?
I believe the daughter of the farmer.
Good spot.
Yeah. Okay.
Stringer Bell.
All right.
Stringer Bell.
Stringer Bell.
Oh, wait,
right.
wrong show.
No, that was it's a credit to you, my friend, because I did not even know. I'm always amazed by that. I guess a lot of Americans are.
Well, it's such an honor to be able to sort of be, play American in your country, and you don't, I've got enough to worry about with the zombies.
Yeah, exactly.
Let alone sort of getting a dialect right.
Exactly. I watched the season premiere just last night. Had it DVR'd, and wow, just amazing. And again, The Walking Dead, and I was saying to Jimmy, one of these shows that are willing to do things that other shows will not do.
Yeah.
And it gives you those, what I call, and it is subtle, I could say this, holy shit moments, where you're just looking and you're like, what the... No, they didn't just do that.
Yeah.
That was a brutal scene.
What, in the barroom scene?
The end of the last season and the beginning of this season, the barn scene.
Oh, yeah.
Where you have to
Sophia.
take care of business with Sophia.
Yeah, another minor killing.
Oh, yeah, another child
killing,
being killed. It's,
Rick Grimes, constantly, yeah.
And
Just dispatching the children.
Yes. And you're so toiled over it. You're not quite the typical hero guy.
No.
You're very troubled. You're indecisive a lot of times about things. You don't come off as
He's
this.
actually a useless leader.
Yeah.
Is what we say. Yeah. He's the worst leader.
The
Don't
worst
listen
leader
to him.
ever.
When will people get wise and go, don't listen to him? If he says, I guarantee something, never do it.
It's not going to happen that way. It is odd though that this type of hero in a show is not really a kind of hero. Did you have it pegged as that when you first read for the
That's
role?
why I liked it. Well, it's based on this comic book, this hugely successful comic book series, and I loved it. He's just an ordinary guy,
right?
And I read this quote that was really helpful because everyone's going, "Oh, you're playing this iconic hero," and it said, "A hero is a man who does what he can." And I love that. It's so simple, and it's just like he just happens to be the guy that when everybody sort of takes a step back, he's the one left going, "Oh, right."
Yeah, process of elimination.
Yeah,
you're it.
I'm the guy making the call, and it's a fascinating. I love this job. I mean, I love working down in the South, getting eaten by chiggers and ticks and all the rest of it, and the crew are just magnificent, and it's just a wild show. It's like nothing I'd ever read before, and
it is. It really is. And another thing that makes it is, boy, the special effects are insanely.
How much
good.
of it is CGI and how much is makeup?
Well, most of it is makeup, and that's why we shoot on film, because they wanted it to be on Super 16, just so there's something tangible about the makeup.
Yeah.
I mean, Greg Nicotero, who's the guy in charge of the team that do the special effects, he's like the Willy Wonka of gore. I mean, he did this scene in the next episode coming up. We did this night shoot, and I called it Nose Off Night. And there's an actor that gets a gut shot from, I'm not going to tell too much, but basically he went away 20 minutes and then came back, and we were just all having a coffee while they were setting up the shot, and he came back without a nose. And it was like the most extraordinary bit. But they did it in 20 minutes.
Wow.
These guys.
And it just looked like his nose had been
it's horrific.
Completely removed.
And we all watched it. It's one of the worst things I've ever seen. They're biting his nose off in this scene.
That's great.
Yeah.
So this is season 2?
This is season 2.
Oh, the first season was short,
was
right?
like a shortened season.
Yeah, we did 6. We did because Frank and they just wanted to, like you say, they wanted to establish this extraordinary world. And if you just did one pilot and then they just wanted time for it to kind of
It was a great
play
idea
out.
to do it that way because, yeah, like you said, with one pilot, it could have been a, wow, that was cool, and then people just kind of forget it. It gave enough where you got so much character development, and you got invested in the show, and it was such a limited amount of episodes, you just wanted more.
Great.
You know?
That was absolutely their intention.
Yeah.
And I know AMC were great at doing that. They just said, look, have 6.
Yep.
There you go. And, you know, Frank Darabont is just a magnificent director.
Oh, Frank is the one who did, we had him in, he did...
Frank was better?
Yeah, Frank was better. He did that Stephen King movie, which...
The Mist?
The Mist.
That's correct.
Yeah, he came in, he was actually great, and that was a good movie. The effects were okay, but he said he worked with a really low budget. He said he wished he had more money on that budget. But yeah, I like him. He's very
He's
good.
the best, man.
Yeah, it's a fantastic show. Have you ever been fascinated with zombies or the such over the years?
Not really. I'm being honest with you. I mean, because I was talking about this. It's more of the European sensibility is like vampires, isn't it? Bram Stoker,
right?
And all that kind of stuff. And I was just trying to work it out. If it's, I mean, we don't really have. I mean, of course, I watched the Romeros and the more sort of campy spoof things when I was a teenager, but then I didn't really sort of follow it up.
Americans fascinated with zombies.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
Thank God.
I think it goes along with what they call our gun culture. Because Americans, you know, we love our guns.
Yeah,
and
I've noticed.
Yeah. Oh boy,
I love your guns. Frankly,
guns are fantastic.
And zombies are creatures that you can shoot without repercussions.
That's right. We can get away with murder.
With literally,
and we do.
with murder, and people just seem to like that. And we were talking to before you came in that a lot of people have these kind of zombie contingency plans, and even though they're fictional things, people actually have contingency plans for these things. By people, I mean me.
Exactly. Nobody does but you.
Can we hear them? They might.
Well, I've discussed it many times on Twitter and whatnot, and other people do come on board from the institutions. I get it because they're mental patients. No, I just think you need. Now you know this just from the show. You need proper arms. You need guns.
Yeah.
Guns very important.
It's hugely important.
A
bit loud. You don't want to attract too many of them.
That's true too.
Silence guns.
So you need some kind of quieter means to remove the head or remove the brain.
Yeah.
The crossbow seems to work very well if you're good at it.
Yeah.
But I don't know many people that would be that good with the crossbow.
No, I know. And distance as well. And
But
they are sort of reusable as well.
Yeah. And
I have a kind of question.
Yes, sir.
Because I haven't seen the show, and I've heard about the show. Is it you're in one town and they're all coming, or are you mobile, like we were talking about being mobile?
Yeah, we're sort of moving around.
Oh, you are? Okay.
Yeah. And the second season, we have to leave Atlanta because Atlanta's fallen, basically.
Atlanta is where it happens?
Yeah, it's all shut. Yeah, it's
Jimmy Norton's going to be in Atlanta.
I'm flying there right after the show to do stand-up. Good. This will be terrific. I hope all the ones that they killed show up to my show and I make bonus. Oh, okay, so there you are kind of mobile. That's cool.
Yeah, the Atlanta scene was great, too, and that whole thing went down. Just the big explosion and
it's madness.
Yeah, and insane. It just looks like you're watching a movie, which is great.
That was the intention.
Yeah,
they wanted the scale and the scope, and they wanted for people to be able to watch it on a DVD set and watch it. I mean, I know a few people. My hairdresser, weirdly, just went. I watched the whole first season in one go. You know.
You could do that because it's like you're watching.
I can't believe I'm mentioning my hairdresser.
Yeah, look at you.
Check me out.
Nothing wrong. That's somebody who's you're very secure in yourself.
Very glamorous.
Very comfortable
now.
with my hairdresser.
Yeah, you can mention him. Could you get it on demand? Because I'll watch it. I'll just.
Yeah. It's fantastic. You definitely should search it out. You got it. The characters too are great. You got some really good actors on there, and the kid that plays your son,
he is amazing.
How old is he?
He turned 11 this season.
He's gone from the point of being this a little innocent kid to now it's almost hard to watch how cut off he is from any type of emotion just cold and. We are so lucky to have that kid. I mean, it's a huge part. But Chandler Riggs is just breathtaking, man. He's the real deal. And whenever you were getting a bit like, how am I going to do this scene? You just kind of listen to the kid. And he's just seamless.
How long did it take you guys to shoot a season? Because when you looked at Lost, they had the kid who played Walt, and he was very good. But then they took him a long time to shoot a season, so he grew. How long do you guys shoot for a season?
It's the same sort of thing. We do 5 months for a season, and he's a growing lad. I had to carry him.
Oh yeah,
for 2 weeks, and I was trying to drag him away from craft service, going
yeah,
back, and she saw. I literally was crawling to the bathroom, and I was like, and I came. And she said, "What the hell happened?" I went, "Oh, Chandler Riggs." I was just, and I said, "When's my action figure coming out? Has he got a crawl mode?" Do you know what I mean?
When like 2 weeks and he's going to be bigger, and then a month he'll be bigger. So I guess the carrying scenes, that's about it. Huh?
No, but we're so blessed to have him, and he's wiser than his years. He's like he's a 30-year-old trapped in a kid's body.
It really is. He's done a great job of changing. All of you guys have done a really good job of just slowly changing the character. That's got to be tough too. You can't just go into it going, "Oh, this is who this person is." Because what's his name? Your partner there?
Yeah, John, who plays John Bernthal, who plays Shane. Yeah, he's gone on a huge.
He went
journey.
like completely batshit, and but it's a great storyline.
Yeah.
And
and he stood my wife.
And yes, he did. Well, they thought he was dead.
Yeah, well, 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Wow, she didn't wait long to start fucking, did she?
No. Some tells me there was a few problems in the marriage. Oh, yeah. Satellite's fantastic. Some tells me there was some problems in the marriage beforehand.
There were, okay.
I think, you were taking that job a little more serious than the marriage.
And in a zombie world,
I love the show.
In a zombie world, you probably fuck quicker because you know that you could be killed very quickly. So the grieving process is probably shorter.
It could be, Jim.
Instead of waiting a year, it's like, all right, he's dead, he's still warm.
Sped up a little bit.
Yeah, I imagine that's the way it is.
Wait till you watch it.
I really want, because I'd heard so many things about it.
I think John might be a bit upset if you said that to him.
Yeah.
Well, I don't. If she had sex with him 2 weeks after she thought you were dead, that is an inappropriately short amount of time. However, in a zombie culture, in a zombie world,
you don't know.
Anything goes.
Could be dead tomorrow.
Understandable.
In that world.
Did you live in the States when you auditioned for it? Were you already here acting?
No, I was in London.
How did they go? Like, did they go through a whole bunch of rounds of auditions here and not find what they want and say, "Look, we have to start looking over in Europe"?
I think that I was attached to a film, and my son was born a little bit early, and so I pulled out of this film, and so up until that point, I hadn't read any of these scripts.
They need some medical equipment to save his son, who has been accidentally shot. And they go to this place to get this gear, and as they're leaving, they're just overrun by these zombies. So they're trying to outrun him, and this Otis guy's a little rotund. He's having a little bit of a tough time. Shane has the medical equipment, and he looks and just pops Otis in the leg. Otis goes down. Shane continues running, and the zombies just... He used them as bait.
Well, you know what?
Just to fucking get away.
Let's be honest. He was probably tired of looking at fat Otis just lumping around the camp. I don't blame him one bit.
I didn't either. Because when it happened, instead of going, "Oh, poor Otis," everyone went, "Yes, what a great idea."
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So times like that, you take it in the context of this zombie overridden world and say, he's doing what he needs to do. In the episode, the premiere, you in the bar with those two strangers that came in. That was badass, by the way.
I know.
Do you watch those?
I don't. I don't watch myself.
You don't watch yourself?
No.
Have you seen the episodes or no? You haven't?
No, I don't watch myself.
Oh, I don't.
Just watch that scene.
No,
you know how badass you look?
I lived it.
You whipped around.
Yeah, itchy trigger finger.
Boom, boom, behind you, and then you got to polish the guy off in the noggin. God, it was great.
Wait, why don't you watch yourself? Like, aren't you curious, like, what take they might? I mean, I kind of understand why you wouldn't, but like, say they do a couple different takes. Are you ever curious as to how it finally came out, or
no? I just enjoy the acting part. Yeah.
Are you self-conscious?
Wow. Yeah, I think. Well, what happened is that I've been working for sort of 18 years, and the first 5 years, you watch yourself and you sort of go, "Oh, I like it when I do that. Hey, I look kind of sexy when I do that." And then you start getting. Or certainly I did. I started sort of stopping myself and being really, You don't
want to turn into the Fonz.
Well, you know what I mean?
You were thinking how it was going to look.
You become very directorial. It's a real problem. You see lots of people become pastiches of themselves. They turn into a caricature of their own performances. And I just decided that I would get myself out of the equation and just thought, I love just doing the acting side. And let's not censor. So
damn, that.
Are you a good listener when you
seems to
act?
work.
I'm obsessed with when I talk to like real actors because it's so hard to listen when you're acting.
That is absolutely, that's all it is. It's reacting. My acting coach has said, that's it. You got to listen and react.
Jimmy, you got to listen and react.
Yeah.
Huh? That's what he's doing now. He's like
a little bit
what?
quicker, hopefully.
What?
So you don't watch yourself? I'm always late. Like I come back, I always ruin scenes by coming in late.
Yeah.
I'm fascinated with that.
Well, although I did do a French film, and I speak very, very little French. You know, I speak sort of chalet French. I can order a baguette. You know, and I just found myself being in scenes waiting for people to finish. You know what I mean? I go, it's the worst acting I've ever
Your
done.
turn,
Just go,
my turn, your turn, my
okay,
turn.
they want me to speak now. You know?
So wait, you actually spoke in French?
Yeah.
That's got to be difficult.
It was the most terrifying thing I have ever done. And and then I did it again.
Do you know one of
two
your
French
lines?
Films.
Could you say one of your lines that you remember?
No, I can't remember.
Did you actually take French to do it or no?
No, I sort of learnt it phonetically. Very.
Wow, how the hell do you do that?
Yeah, it was crazy.
It's crazy. Yeah,
it was. It was stupid. And I kept phoning people back home, going, "Why am I doing this to myself?"
How good are you? This fucking guy gets a movie in a language that he can't speak. I can't get cast in a commercial here for tampons. That's a great actor, man.
Oh,
that is a great actor.
It's hilarious. Wow, that is fast. Man.
Well, they're telling us in our ears that we have to wrap you because you have other press.
Andrew is a busy man as far as
thank you,
this show goes.
I've loved talking to you guys.
Andrew,
and thank you for watching the show, man.
I'd love to have you on again. I'm a huge fan of the show. It's fantastic. It's obviously The Walking Dead. Sundays on AMC at 9 p.m. This season, I mean, from the premiere there, it's shaping up to be amazing. I love the show.
Thank you
Great
so
job,
much.
man.
Yeah.
Thank
The next
you.
time you're here, I will be caught up on the series because I really want to see it.
And good luck in Atlanta as well.
I'm sure it's going to be terrific. You know, just me and 6 fucking bored people in a room watching me tap dance for an hour, 10 minutes like a zilch.
All right, everybody. I guess
we're done.
Any plugs? You good?
Atlanta tonight, tomorrow, Saturday at the Punchline, and then next weekend I'm at the Fort Lauderdale Improv. So and have a great, safe trip. I won't see you till you get back.
Oh yeah, okay. Yo, you're not here tomorrow.
Yeah.
I am though.
Yeah.
So we'll everybody else will see you tomorrow again. Andrew, thank you so much.
It's a pleasure.
Very cool.
The Opie and Anthony Show. Sirius XM.